Living.
Welcome to Beer Money Pulling Team. Sit down. Shut up. Hang on.
They're still selling tickets for a few minutes. The split right now, 13-50. Somebody's going to get big
Are you interested in promoting or increasing the attendance of your truck and tractor pull event? My name is Jason Schultz, owner of the Beer Money Pulling Team, which has over 1.3 million across Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Our goal is to grow the sport of truck and tractor pulling and increase the awareness of the sport through our social media presence and highly engaged audience. We want to partner with you and help you grow the attendance of your event. We have a ton of promotional opportunities available and a full-time social media to make sure your investment is taken care of. For more information on promotional opportunities, give me a call. 608-604-5068. Are you interested in promoting or increasing the attendance of your truck and tractor pull event? So, is there an echo? Somebody said there's an echo, guys?
Yeah. Yes.
Through that whole thing.
Was that me? You think playing something twice?
That's me.
Okay. Because I'm supposed to be the MC. I apologize for that, guys. So, does it sound better now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, welcome everybody. It's Monday, September 19th. Welcome to another edition of Let's Go Pulling with our distinguished guest, Charles Posch. Raise your hand, Charles. Paul Romack. Okay. Ryan Roos-Sink. Cody Vanderholm. And our first guest tonight will be Kyle Matcham, promoter of Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio. And then around 8:30 or so, we're going to bring on Brent Roberts from Bedford, Iowa, and the Stateline Shootout. Kyle, we were talking off air a little bit. You have to be the single biggest pro stock fan in the world. Is this accurate?
Yeah, I'd say pretty close. There's a bunch of us. We all
don't try to deny it. Don't even try to deny it.
We have a little group back here in Ohio. We all pass around the latest and greatest of what we hear and try to keep up on all of it.
I think everybody, Kyle's got a Snapchat group or a Facebook Messenger chat or something like that does it. So it's fun. So it is fun. Well, Kyle, Dragway 42 this Saturday. I can't believe it already. I can't believe how fast. I mean, I feel like it was just a couple months ago we were talking about, oh, the pulling season's getting started, and then bang, here we are. Dragway 42, September 24th. How many pulls have you had at the Speedway this year?
So we had a 2-day event in June, and then we have this one in September this year.
Okay.
So just 2 pulls this year.
Now, was the pull earlier this year, was that a PPL pull or was that OSTPA? I can't remember.
It was or COTPC and some non-sanctioned classes on Friday, and then it was a Ohio State book on OSTPA pull on Saturday.
Okay. If you're just joining us, Kyle Matcham, promoter of Dragway 42. Him and his family own the Speedway there, and it's neat. Charles is our resident speed racer as well, announces a lot of drag races, and it's fun just to see the back and forth between a pulling fan and a racing fan. And, of course, like the way they do it at Shides at Wagler's Motorsports Park with the pulling right next to the drag racing. It's a great way to bring a lot of different things together all at once, Kyle. For those of you that don't know Kyle, can you give the history of your family and the Speedway and how it all come around, and then how you brought pulling into the Speedway?
Yeah, so my dad's been an avid drag racer his whole life. Got tied up with some business stuff, keeping that up and running, and had become pretty successful in that, and got a couple cars and some Cobra Jet Mustangs, and he raced those on the national tour. And next thing you know, track pretty close to us come up for sale, and thought, what's better than owning a racetrack at the time?
Charles, is that a great idea to own a racetrack?
It's probably, in the history of business, this decision's one of the worst ones you can make. But I will say they have done it right. They turned the place around, literally flipped the ends of which way their drag strip ran, and you will not find a better. Actually, I don't think you will find any natural landscape drag strip on the planet where you have these grass berms where you can just hang out and watch a beautiful facility perform. I mean, it's smooth, it's fast. They've done a good job. It's really, really good.
I'm looking for pictures of your dad's race cars, Kyle. Where can I find those at?
There may be some on my profile from back in
2017.
Yeah, a little bit before that, because track was under construction for 2 years, and we reopened it back in 2017. So.
Okay, who's in this picture?
That was some of our staff members, and then one of the local racers around there. That was one of the first races that we had once we reopened.
Nice.
My buddy Joe.
I'm just going to flip through some pictures of the Dragway here. Where's the pulling track in relation to the drag strip, Kyle?
It runs parallel with the drag strip. It's on the west side of the facility. So usually all the pit parking for drag racing is on the east side. The main gate off of Route 42 is on the east side of the drag strip if you're looking from the start line to the finish line. And the pulling track's on the opposite side. We pit everyone over there.
Gotcha. Adam Wilson seconds your thoughts, Charles. It's a great facility.
So little trick.
Yeah.
Little trick if you can get away with this, if they'll still let you do it, and I have done it. On the pulling track, if you can manage to get down into the retention pond off the big end of the pulling surface and hide down there with a really long range lens, you can get some awesome ground level photos that you cannot take anywhere else in this sport. And as long as they don't run you out of there for it being a little bit unsafe, it's awesome.
Did Charles just kind of like admit to something, guys? I kind of feel like he just.
So I'm not the only person to do it, and I'm not going to throw under the bus the other person that did it. But I'm one of two that I know has done this, and the results rule. They're really good.
There is a lot of pulling media in that picture right there. Holy cow!
Yeah, that was back in June.
Good stuff there. I'm still searching for pictures of the cars. Sorry.
Kyle, can you talk a little bit about the classes you guys are going to have this weekend?
Yep. So it'll be 8 classes in total on 2 tracks starting at 7 o'clock. There'll be classic super stock tractors, modified, multi-engine modifieds, jet turbines, that class, the light pro stock tractors, the 3.0 diesel pickup trucks. Obviously, there's going to be pro stock tractors because I think we already discussed that earlier. And there also will be a 9,500 pound hot farm tractor class, a 6,500 pound cheater gas pickup truck, and an 8,000 pound 2.6 pickups as well to close out the evening.
Is that the cheater stock 2.6s?
Yeah, cheater stock and 2.6 at the end.
Oh, the gas truck class, Roos, is the cheater stock. So.
Yep.
And if you've never been to Ohio and you don't understand what cheater stock is, it's psycho. It's awesome class.
Yep.
Here's a picture of the track. I stole this off of Adam Matthew Wilson's Built Diesel Mafia's page, but that's his where he'll take his awkward selfie or so. But that's a view of the track there. So looks like a heck of a good track there, Kyle. Looks like you guys know what you're doing.
Yeah, we take pride in trying to do the best we can for the pulling surface. We get a lot of positive comments from the pullers about one of the best tracks that they pull on throughout the season, and that's something we take pride in. We work pretty hard all season, meetings throughout the year with a bunch of guys that I couldn't do without. I want to mention all them because without their help, as you know, a pull takes a lot of bodies and a lot of hours, and it wouldn't be a success without.
Kyle, was that dirt there, or did you guys have to bring some dirt in and mix it together?
All the dirt that for that pulling track has been added since we started truck and tractor pulls the year after we reopened. The first one was in 2018.
Okay.
The first year when we did it, we basically 2 weeks, or not even, probably a week before we had the pull, we scraped off the sod that was on top, and we had a pull. I've learned a lot since that first pull that there was work to be done, and we've continued to improve on that. We've brought in probably 300, 400 truckloads of clay over the past 3-4 years. Keep adding. Obviously, you'll always be picking rocks. I mean, we try to screen it and rock hound it before and a month before and work it and hound it again. But
no, well said on that. Well said on that. Again, if you're just joining us, Kyle Matcham, the poster's up there on the screen right now. This Saturday, September 24th, 7 p.m. Classic super stock tractors, mods, light pros, pro stock tractors, 3.0 diesel trucks. And then, so the cheater stocks, do they run before, or do they run it towards the end of the show?
They'll be at the end of the show. The cheater gas, the 2.6, and the hot farm tractors.
I'm guessing the 2.6 class is probably really popular in Ohio, isn't it, Kyle?
Yeah, the numbers have been. It's been for sure a strong class throughout Ohio. The numbers have been down a little bit, but I think that's sort of been across the board. There's a lot of trucks, but breakage, getting parts again. Most of the classes have averaged around 10, 12 trucks. So
talk about those, because those are wicked cool.
It was an idea I sort of saw from a poll earlier this summer in Langford, and I screenshot it and showed my buddy about, hey, what my coworker, I was sort of reached out to him. He was big with woodworking and had a laser engraver, and I said, what's the chances we can do something like that? He turned that picture into a reality, and then he also once he was done, he came up with the cool idea to make the stand so that all 8 of them could sit and actually, replicate a stack of them on a pulling tractor. I think that turned out cool. Since he's done that, I've considered making these every year now, and if you win, we do polls in June and September, but more than likely I'll continue to do this, and if you win more than one event, we'll get you the stand and see how full maybe you can build a rack throughout the years. I think it's something to build on.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, somebody said the sound wasn't working on YouTube earlier. I'm assuming it is now. Somebody just didn't have their sound turned up. But if the people watched on YouTube, if you could confirm that, I would appreciate that very much. So. Great picture by Adam Drop there. Mad pulling pics of, is that Mac Daddy or is that Mac Nasty? I can't remember.
I think that's Mac Daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Mike. I know it was Mike driving. I'm not sure. I get confused on which name goes to which. I think Mac Nasty is Mike's and Mac Daddy is Julia's, I believe.
Kyle, is Poland starting to kind of wrap up in Ohio, or is this kind of the last hurrah, or does it kind of drag out into late September and October a little bit? What do you see out there in your neck of the woods?
Pretty much this is the last one of the last weekends. I know it for NTPA. It's there is one up in Michigan, I think, the following weekend, but pretty much the conclusion. There's an Ohio State hook the following weekend, the first weekend of October, but it's pretty much wrapping up.
Gotcha.
Once there's stuff to start to get harvest of, Poland's basically done.
Yep. No, totally understand. How many people can you hold at the stands, Kyle, for the truck and tractor pull?
It's sort of hard to judge because it's just a hillside for the most part, Jason. I mean, we've always added more portable bleachers, and since June we've actually added probably an additional 1,000 seats that I picked up. We purchased after in July and brought them over. But there's also tailgating spots on the one side of the track. Those are all sold out. We also park cars on the top of the hill, so you can drive your car straight up on top of the hill. Those are almost sold out as well. So
that sounds like something you would do, Charles.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome tailgate spot to be up there on the hill.
I'm looking for pictures of that right now. Do you have any pictures of that, Kyle, on the Facebook page or the website?
Yeah, if you go through my cover photos, there was a drone shot from back in 2020. There was a couple of them.
On your personal page?
Yeah.
Okay, I will find that right now.
I might have one that shows it too. I'll see.
Oh, yep, I got it right here. There's some vans up there. No, that's Drag Race.
Kyle, what's kind of an average number of hooks that you guys see on the show in September?
So this is we actually added an additional class. This is the first time we've run 5. Typically, the show in September has either had 3 or 4 classes. We added 5. Then I went and said, let's do 2 tracks, and I decided, hey, let's throw in 3 more classes. So I'm averaging, I believe that there will probably be pretty close to 85, 90. I believe we'll have pretty stout numbers in all 5 classes from the NTPA. There's probably 12 to 15 classic within our region. 3.0 trucks, probably 15. 10 to 12 light pros. Mods, they haven't been pulling much on the Region 2 or state circuit. I know there's not a conflict with Ohio State that night, so we could see pretty strong numbers. Also new this year, or in addition this year, Dover, Tuscarawas County, which is about 45 minutes from us, is having a Region 2 poll on Friday night. So we sort of combined heads, and Tyrone, the promoter over there, we picked the same classes for both evenings, so we can try to draw more pullers.
What is that?
Amber alert, it looks like. Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe Iowa was having tornadoes again like last night. So
no, we got rain earlier today, but so I believe there'll be strong numbers. It was looking like a pretty stout pro stock class, still does. I was hearing some rumblings about a couple tractors that may have bit the bullet at the end early that have been pretty strong running, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, don't give any secrets away, Kyle, on anything like that yet. So.
Now,
do you have what's kind of like start times, and can you kind of go over that stuff for the spectators?
Yep. So the gates open for spectators at 4 o'clock. There's a kids pedal pull that is at 5 o'clock. That'll start, and then the NTPA pull starts at 7. It's open pits for everyone. There's no your price of adults, which is 13 and older, is 20. Kids 6 through 12 is 10. Children 5 and under are free. Every ticket's a pit pass. Coolers are permitted. All we ask is that no glass. We also ask you to use your brain if you're gonna have a good time. Either we have plenty of area for camping.
All right, now that's where we draw the line.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle, using your brain. I mean, we're asking for a lot, Kyle. When you have to,
Yeah, I know. We had a couple that we had to work on at the June poll, so
You'll have that occasionally.
Always have that. So.
It happens, Kyle. Not everybody can handle that bush light. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yep. But.
No, good deal. Good deal. Any sponsors you want to thank? Any local sponsors, Kyle, that help you guys out?
Yep. The presenting sponsor for this event, which is Ross Transportation Services. And then let me try to read off the whole list. So there's Ross, Mac Trailer, Mike and Julia, Willowvale Farms, Johnny K's Power Sports, Modern Machine and Tool, Proway Truck Center, Burwell's Fabrication, Rice Diesel, Guy's Tire, Ron Hershey's Excavating, Weller Trucking, Carl's Complete Car Care, Shipley Tractor, Ag Pro, which is our local John Deere dealer, Marty and Bad Gear, Dennis at Shaper's Oil, Little Badger's Tool Sales, Kelly Equipment Repair, Centera Co-op, Kent's Excavating, Joven Farms, Jones Rental, Morlock Farms, United Rentals, Jason's Metal Polishing. So there's a big group of sponsors, and as everyone knows, without the support from sponsors, makes it difficult to put on an event. So
we have some insider pictures taken from the secret spot, Kyle.
Yeah.
So check that out.
That pond's changed a little bit, but there's actually, since you've been there, Charles, we've done a couple monster trucks, so there's a big pile of clay off to the side, so there's probably a 30-foot area where you could stand to take pictures from up high, and then there's also a pond that, like you said, you could take it from down low. So if anyone's media-wise, I know there's been a couple. I know for sure Adam from Built Diesel Mafia, which wanted to thank him.
I wouldn't let him in, Kyle. I'd ask for media credentials from him.
He made that promo video that you showed, so want to give him a special shout out for that one.
Tiffany,
I won't say who tipped me off about going down there, but I would trust her, and yes, I said her, anywhere.
We know who you were talking about whenever you said there was someone else there.
Did you really?
Yes, I think so. Within reason.
Obviously, Adam's a friend of ours, Kyle, and we like to hammer him, so it's all good. So. Nope, that's an awesome promo video that he made. Very, very good. So,
Charles, Detroit hat.
Yeah, we suck, but we gotta stand proud, man. We suck. We're terrible. We're a dumpster fire, but I gotta stay with my Tigers.
Yeah.
I need a new one.
The Indians are doing good. Like I said, the Indians.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say that.
Right?
you can't say that anymore. They're the Washington Generals.
The hell we can.
Adam,
they might be a rival in the AL Central, but no, they're still the Indians.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. So I want to start something new on the show tonight. And you know how we always say, if you want to know something, you should Google it, right? I want you to come up with one thing that I'm going to type into Google, and whatever happens, happens, Kyle. So what's the one thing that you want me to Google?
Wow, this could go sideways in a hurry.
It's already gone sideways with what we can see on the screen now.
Well, it says Jason Schultz, Nations Lending, Google Drive, Dragway 42, Greene County Fall Nationals, Snowshoe in Woodman, Wisconsin. That's a new listing that popped up today. Touche, Pam Cotter Realty, Deer Run, Friendship, Wisconsin, Gina Hartman Realty, and USA.
I have to ask, did you know
$10 that got scrubbed before we started this?
No, it's called incognito mode, Charles. Incognito.
Did you not know how to spell touche, or did you not know the meaning? Like, I really want to know.
No, so
that's a good question.
No, I'll answer it. Doug Borth, who is a loyal employee of the Beer Money Pulling Team, was getting a little lippy today on a chat. So I had to touche his ass, and I had to make sure I spelled it right. Because there's nothing better than ripping up one of your buddies and then spelling it wrong.
Yeah, like, I don't know, with a D.
That's me all the time.
I guess for me, if we go through, it'd be put in truck and tractor pulling wild rides. And
then see if Randy Overton shows up.
That's what I wanted to bring up, because that was.
I really figured that'd be something with Pro Stocks Wild Rides.
I'll send you the link if you want the HD version of that.
You guys talking about that super stock diesel truck?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a super. It's what the Canadians call a pro mod.
Well, let's watch it then.
All right, give me a sec. I'll send you the link.
We've seen a couple different versions of it.
So Built Diesel Mafia comes up at the top of Google. Well done, Adam. Well done, Adam.
Hooked Up Pulling Productions.
Wilson, why aren't you doing stuff with merch?
Merch is tough.
I think he has a little bit. I have seen a couple ads when I watched this video.
Hooked Up is 2, GP's 3. Man, I choked.
Need another cigarette?
I've been smoking since I was 12.
Probably been on the beach somewhere smoking cigars, let's be honest.
Touche, Vanderholm.
Did you look that up for the meaning?
No, I didn't, bud. I didn't.
Did you say touche or douche?
Douche. You said douche canoe? Look that one up. Ugh.
Spell it right now.
Charles found our video.
Puberty has finally hit him.
Charles, does this have music in it?
No, it does not.
TikTok had music in it.
No, I got rid of that. This is I'm pretty sure the raw video.
Okay, so somebody, before we hit the play button, tell us what happened here, guys.
It's a new engine. The Jeremy Wagler's design. It's the DX460, which actually isn't that, in terms of the block and head architecture, is not that different, but it's P-pumped using a Weimer pump. And there's only, I think, 3 of these in existence. Jeremy's got
2.
1. Randy Overton has the 2nd, and Craig Dickey has the 3rd. It's a Weimer pump. It's a billet P pump design, but these engines are hitting close to 7,000 RPM, where they really haven't gone to with this style of pump, and it hung one flat out. Let's just say what happened. It hung one. Randy did go back to Weimer today. They did dissect the pump. It was gone through. They found what the issue was, and it's been addressed. But it's part of the learning process of going that far upstairs on this style of an engine.
I just got a text message from a watcher and it says, Charles looks like a Vanilla Ice stunt double.
I wish I had his bank account. No, I don't. He actually lost.
No,
everything.
you don't.
He lost everything, but whatever.
Charles,
Suge
just
Knight
say,
hung him out a freaking window.
Charles, just say, all right, stop, collaborate, and listen for us. That's all I want.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen.
Now say Ice is back with a brand new invention.
Oh, for God's sakes. Are we going down this road?
No,
really, Roos? Really, Roos?
Really?
Jail.
I love you, Charles.
Okay, Eminem.
Okay, back to the video. Kyle wants to see the video. I can tell by the look on his face. He's excited.
Well, there was one sponsor I did forget to mention, so I want to bring it up while I can. So Summit Racing Equipment, they've come up big time for both my events in June and September with additional money for all class winners. So not only that, but they invest in the sport on, I think, all levels, PPL, Ohio State, NTPA. So
Brent Roberts, I know you're watching, and you're our next guest. So you got to find out what we want us to Google. He's in the green room right now. Brent Roberts is drinking champagne and tequila. So you're going to have something cool, Roberts, okay? Because Kyle was the first person I've ever surprised the Google thing with. But that's going to be
our. It threw me off because I was waiting for Roos's question, and I had one.
Yeah, I was waiting to ask it too. But
Gee, let me think what this thing might be.
Sometimes.
Actually, it would be different too.
That's the funny part is I wasn't going to ask you that question because I think you've already answered it.
So we're going to show the video, and then Roos is going to ask a question, okay? That's the order of events. So pay attention.
Okay.
Why are you just cracking your shit up tonight?
Oh, it's all good in the hood.
Scroll ahead. This is a different run.
Yeah, but don't miss the end of that pass.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, Andy Gerbaugh says you you guys see Andy's comment? That's pretty funny.
Ignore that.
Okay. Andy, you've been ignored. So watch. You guys want to see the end of this pass?
Yeah, this pass, it blows a line off.
This is in Canada?
Yeah.
Fergus, Ontario.
I think this pass was from Uxbridge. The one where it got violent was from Fergus.
Is that a V8 Massey?
That's Duramax. That could swing a Duramax crank.
That's acting like a V8 Massey right there, Charles.
Yep. Well, it's P pumped, so that's how she goes. How she goes, eh?
How she goes, eh?
Say you had a nice little accent there, Charles.
I know. I was kind of that. He went straight. Well, he does live like 8 miles from Canada.
It's about 35, yeah.
Waiting for the flag. Randy Overton and the Evil Diesel. Cheer them on, GM fans. Beats the beat, 303 feet. Bringing up that RPM, bringing up the boost, watching the oil pressure. Good to let that clutch out and let this GM roar.
Okay. I have not seen that angle yet. Holy crap.
Yeah, the angle that's from the other side of the track, on the other side, Randy got his butt kicked.
Yeah, that shot from the other side is pretty gnarly from
he took a ride.
economic standpoint.
I'm told that somebody had a GoPro mounted in the driver's compartment facing the motor. I have not seen that angle yet, but I am told that exists.
I haven't seen that. I'm friends with Randy, and I know the guys at Performance Pros who built the chassis, and of course Jeremy who built the motor, but I haven't seen that either.
So this is like similar to the Cummins killer, right, Charles? What I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, yeah. As far as the long block goes, yeah, very similar.
Wow. I mean, it sounds like it. Obviously, that Duramax. So, all right, Roos. Ask Kyle your question, buddy.
All right, Kyle, if you want to answer the one about what you'd take driving for a weekend, you can answer that. But what I want to know is what's the best advice you've ever been given as a promoter? You're a young promoter. Somebody's taking you under their wing. I don't know if it's a drag racer or a pulling promoter, but what's the best piece of advice anyone's ever given you about promoting an event?
First of all, Roos, that's a great question, buddy.
Yeah, once in a while.
Kyle?
Probably the biggest one is don't take steps with your events. Don't take. Obviously, we all have end goals of what we would like to see, but you got to work towards that. Take steps and build your event the way you need to do it. Build it up with so many classes and at the level that it all works out, I guess would be the biggest piece of advice that I've received.
So like don't bite off more than you can chew, or don't make too many changes all at once. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You got to take steps in order to get. I mean, one of the biggest pulls of Super National, Toma, Bowling Green. Obviously, for every promoter, that would be what you'd want to have. What everyone that's there, there's fans that come from all over the country, and just keep taking steps that you need to take in order to get to that point. Don't do it all at once, because you got to work towards that. You're not going to, starting where we did with not having pulling events. You can't just throw a pull on year one and think that it's going to be successful. You got to keep working towards that. Keep promoting. Do a good job for the pullers and fans that are there, and make sure that they have a good time. Come in, spread the word to other pullers, other fans, bring friends, bring other pullers, and build it that way.
That's awesome. That's great advice, Kyle. That's great advice.
All right, what are you driving and where? Let's get to the real question. Come on.
Bill Voorhees, American Thunder, and Bowling Green.
You made that too easy. You're supposed to build up to the answer and stuff. Be like,
oh, you were getting all pushy. You're getting all pushy, like now.
Chevys or Hemis? Red or black fender?
Black. That's the one I remember. That's the one I remember more. Awesome. That was the 4 Hemis and the 1 Chevy, correct? I believe. Was the black?
4 Hemis and a 481X, I think, was the kicker. I don't know. I'm probably gonna get bashed for not remembering it right.
Okay. Again, Kyle, thanks for coming on tonight. This Saturday, September 24th, Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio, 7 p.m. start time. head on out and see yourself a good truck and tractor pull. So. Kyle, thank you for everything, buddy.
Yep. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.
No problem.
Thanks, Kyle.
Good luck
Thanks,
this
Kyle.
weekend, buddy.
Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
So we're moving from Ohio to Iowa. The Brent Roberts, well known as Faster Horses, got a beautiful mustache. Welcome to Let's Grow Pulling, Brent. It is the week of the Bedford, Iowa Stateline Shootout. I've been to your event in the past, Brent. It's one good one. Yeah, you got a 4-1 now. I got to see you all summer long until I blew up my tractor. I mean, did you miss me in Spencer? I mean, I missed you. So.
Yep, sure did.
Show your T-shirt off a little bit, Roberts.
Oh yeah, this is last year's crew shirt. I haven't got it roached out yet. Too bad. So I could wear it. So.
Oh, and the first comment, Jared Setter. Oh, look, Brent Roberts has graced us with his presence. So.
That's what you missed at Spencer was Jared.
Yeah, no, I think we all missed that. So, Brent, your event is it's a fun one. It's kind of getting towards the end of the year. You kind of really rally a bunch of classes together. What spurred this for you to put this event on and make it all happen the way you guys have?
Well, we put one on here some years back, like 10 or so years ago probably. It was a Northwest Missouri Tractor Pullers Hook, just Northwest classes and that. And that would have been earlier in my pulling career. I was pulling diesel pickups, 2.6 diesel pickups and stuff. And a bunch of us young guys got together and decided it'd be a good idea to put it on. So what really started it in my hometown of Hopkins, Missouri, which is right across the line, they used to have the young farmers used to put on a pull, which would have been like my generation's dads, say. And so that all got bought up and a shed got built on the land, and there's really no good place in Hopkins that's open to have it. And it always drew a really awesome crowd, just a little podunk deal, but I mean, it was just packed. And that's where, everybody always liked going there. It was just one of them pulls everybody wanted to go to. So our goal was to do that, us, the younger generation, to put on something like that. Well, there was nowhere to do it here. So we got in touch with the Fair Board, Taylor County, and which is just across the line at Bedford. And honestly, that was the first one that started. And then we did that for 2 or 3 years. And we did that for 2 or 3 years. And then everybody got busy, did whatever, and we didn't have it. And then the more I got involved in pulling and knowing people and things like that, this facility is great. It's a racetrack setup, but it's not used as a racetrack anymore. Because a lot of times you say, "Oh, we're pulling on a racetrack," everybody's like, "Yeah, no," but it's flat, it's not banked, it's an old racetrack, and they don't use it anymore. So, but the pits are right in the middle of the track, and it flows awesome, and there's room for 2 sleds and 2 tracks. And so to me, it's a really nice facility and wasn't being used to its potential. And so we blew in there and tried to put this thing on. And honestly, it goes really well, and it helps a lot, as because all the pullers and you pull with everybody. And so they all feel sorry for me, and so they all come. But no, it's a really neat deal. And we decided to do it then because me trying to be strategic, I jump across the fence. I pull with PPL some, and I pull with Outlaw some now, or have, and in Northwest as well, and whatever. And I pulled with Missouri State and NK and Nebraska Bush, and got to know a lot of people, a lot of great people. So what this is if you'll notice, it is, and I mean, it's the day after, but the classes that we have are after all the points hooks are over for like PPL, Outlaw, Nebraska Bush, for the Western Series, more or less. And so this is kind of the last, the last deal, just everybody can come together, don't matter what association, they can all pull. We get 4 1s from both. associations. We get, the 3.0 diesel pickups and the 2.6, and we get, light pros and all that. And you don't have to worry about, points or anything like that. And everybody can just show up and, see what they can tear up, I guess.
Leave rods on the track.
Well, right. And you can leave it all right there. And Bedford's a good place to do it because the track is not very forgiving. It's a great track. We don't, that I know of, we don't, and I think most of the guys that have pulled there will tell you this, you don't pull on a track like this all year long, hardly. Missouri State Fair's somewhat of a tough track at the racetrack, but this is like gumbo in the bottom, black dirt. It hangs in there really well and takes a lot of power. It'll snuff 4.1s, has lots of times. It's a good track. We get Gary Sabatka, both his sleds in there, and he does really well. Of course, he pulls a lot of these competitors all year long with the Outlaws, and so he knows he usually hits it on the head and does really well for us. So I don't know. It's a good time, and I don't know. I like to have fun, and I try to keep it as simple and as easy for everybody. Not a lot of regulation as far as, bring your coolers in, and I thought, we're going to try this because this is how it used to be. The Hopkins pull that I'm talking about. It was bring your cooler. They handed out koozies at the gate, to everybody that came in and whatever, and just a good old, just a good time, there is some room at the end of the track, there's places they pull in trailers, or you can back your pickup up, to the outside of the fence there, and just kind of your one last good time deal, and it's really, we're trying to get it built up. This is our third year. Last year we were off a little bit on attendance, but there was some makeup stuff from weather and a lot of local stuff going on, that hurt our attendance a little bit last year. Hoping this year we'll recoup from that. It's, as far as the prize money and the purse, it's basically outlaw PPL payout for most of the classes that would normally pull with him. So it's a pretty good sized purse, and it takes a lot to put it on. And so we haven't come out way ahead by any means yet. If we get to that point, and when we get to that point, which I hope we do, we'll obviously kind of like, I was watching earlier, like Mark Hawthorne was talking about. That's ultimately, we'll find somewhere good to go with it. It's, I really just did it kind of for the pullers and for the fans, just for one last deal that nobody really cares, and just lay it all out there and whatever, I'm not saying that I'm not going to work on mine a little bit now that it's, that'll be the last run. More or less the last run on it. So we might tweak on it just a little bit. So
advance the timing 7 degrees, Brent.
I don't know about 7. I don't know about 7. They were, that was the deal at, well, I tell you what, I somebody was looking out for me, I think, really up above at Wisner, because we made a deal the first night. Me and Lane Aldrich, Cody Yarrick, and Bryce Van Gendren were standing there, and we were talking about, it's ran good all season, but we're pretty sure there's more in it. But I'm like, I'm having fun driving it, and I would rather not have to work on it. And I think, Greg and Austin Potter would rather not have to work on it. And so anyway, so they were like, okay, here's the deal. If you run tonight and you finish bottom half of which was there was like 25 of us or whatever.
There was a bunch of us, yeah.
So anyway, if you finish bottom half, we're bumping the timing. And I'm like, I don't know about that. So we made the deal. Well, then before, I think it was, I don't remember if it was that night or the next night, we were looking at the filter, and the filter had some weird aluminum-like stuff in it. We didn't know what it was. We didn't think it was piston, but we're like, nah. So I was actually supposed to bump it then, per the bet. But I'm like, no, we better just leave it alone. And so we didn't. And honestly, it's been set there ever since, and it's run okay, but it's just parts are so hard to come by, and I don't know. I don't have balls big enough to lay it all out there like Jason did at Whistler. So
if you listen to your kid, he tells you that it's not going to do very well because he's waiting on parts.
Yeah. I've got them trained. They know what's up. So
that was probably one of the best. I wish I caught the whole thing on camera because that was one of the best things ever. And I fully expect next year that, or even at Bedford, that your kid goes out there and announces, because that was a hoot.
Well, we may put him up there with Ron. Ron Stone will be our announcer, who does all the outlaw stuff and does a really good job. And he's actually been our announcer the last 2 years, and he's coming back. It must not be an all bad show, because he actually hit me up before I could hit him up this year and asked me if I needed him to do Bedford. And I said, hell yeah, I sure do. So I do a little bit of announcing around here local, but I can't be up there all the time. And I kind of float around. And honestly, I probably have too good a time there for being the promoter, because I have such an awesome, the guys are great. I mean, the guys and gals that help me, I think we ordered crew T-shirts, for our pole crew, so we all kind of look the same. You can pick somebody out if you need a question answer, but I think we ordered like 40 some, 45 T-shirts or something. So that's how many crew between the gate help and the ladies in the announcer stand taking distance and stuff like that and whatever. I mean, we just ordered that many, and so it's a blast. But I just kind of float around and try to help whoever needs help. But but anyway, it's we may send the boys up there to help Ron out. I'm sure he'll love that.
Your kids are awesome, Brent. Your kids are awesome.
Well, thanks. They really enjoy it. We've had a bunch of fun this summer, with the new tractor with 401, and that going back to the parts thing, that actually is the truth. I mean, I've learned quickly, which in this day and age, I don't know if it matters what you have, but I bought that tractor off of Clem Schluter, in like, it was after Cowtown. It was like late March. And so it was like, what you see is what you get. And yeah, you can order all the shit you want to for it, but it's good luck getting it, So, I mean, and we kind of struggled with that. Bryce Van Genderen was really good to get me some parts and helped a lot. And then Greg and Austin Potter did the rest. And my gosh, did they make a tractor out of something that needed some work done to it under the hood. I mean, it was just it's got some good stuff in it, but it wasn't on the edge by any means. I think Clem just wanted to go out and make passes, and it wanted it to live, and that's all they were after. And of course me, I'm like, okay, yeah, now let's turn the screws. So been really fortunate that it hung together all year, this far. So
well, it's been great to have you around this summer, Brent. You and your family and everybody's a lot of fun, and I love your enthusiasm for life and the sport, and glad to see you as a promoter. Again, just joining us, Brent Roberts, Stateline Showdown this Saturday, 6 p.m. Gates open at 4 down in Bedford, Iowa. There, all the classes are listed there on the poster. You talked about the track again, and I like the fact that you're, this is non-sanctioned, Brent, but you're having a nice payout for all the pullers. And it's good to get that out there as well. And the fact that you do pull, I think you're going to get a lot of your buddies to come and pull with you this weekend, and that's what makes it fun. So yeah,
it's going to be a good time. I'm gonna, if I get my stuff together. Ken Summers, talked to him on the phone this morning, and we're going to try to. He's not going to be able to make it. He's got to take Trish out for supper or something. I don't know.
And they're going to put on.
So, anyway, no, He told me earlier, he's like, I've got a commitment I don't think I can get out of. I said, that's fine. But I think he's going to send the tractor up, which is great, and I appreciate that. But so that's great to hear. But anyway, I was talking to him, and I think we've got plans to go to Wheatland the night before. And so we're going to, if I've got everything rolling, everybody tells me, I've got a tractor that can go to Wheatland now. So they're like, you got to go to Wheatland. You got to go. If you can go, you got to go. So, and then I'm going to try to snag, the guys that aren't pulling the next night, maybe to come up. And that's what a lot of them will do, like 4-1 wise and stuff like that. 3.0 diesel pickups. We'll have a good class of 3.0 diesel pickups. they love that track. Jason Wayman, for instance, I went to college with Jason actually, and that's where we met, and I've been friends ever since. But he always tells me, he's like, he said, I pull all over the country, and Bedford's the best track I pull on all year. And if you can believe anything Jason says, that's what he says. I don't know. But anyway, so it's good to hear, because the guys really do. They work hard. They work their butts off, and they put a lot into it, and they want to make it go, and we all do. And so it's great to have that. But anyway, that's kind of the plan. So we're gonna try it. They're like, well, what if you break your tractor at Wheatland? I said, well, I guess either we'll fix it or we won't pull at Bedford. I'm not really Potter hates to hear that, but I'm not really a worry about breaking it type of guy, really. I mean, I know I haven't put it on the edge either, but I'm gonna go pull where I want to go pull. So we're gonna try it, I think. So.
Is Jason putting a bounty on the class this year?
I don't know.
I'll go check his Facebook page right now and see if he's called anybody out yet. So.
You gonna get Lane McKenzie to come up and pull?
Oh yeah, they'll be there. We'll have that's the other thing. That'll be kind of our another one of our showcase deals. We will have look at that. That's sweet.
You don't see that every day.
No, you don't.
That's some A-team stuff there. I'm waiting for Hannibal and Murdoch to jump out of the toter.
Yeah.
That's a BTO life.
Yes.
Big time operators.
I wonder when he pulls up to the lake what people say.
I would say that's probably the whole reason he does this right here, just to see what people will do.
He didn't know we were going to give No Way Man Diesel a big shout out tonight.
Oh yeah. No, he's been there every year. And he'll be there every year. He just
UCC 1320 video action going on there he's going to get a big head about Megatron now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, he I tell you what, he deserves it. Put it to it. I mean, he really
it is a good truck.
He's done well with it, but he's put a lot into it, not for lack of effort. I mean,
Yep, he's the real deal. I wouldn't take it away from him either.
Okay, enough kissing his butt, Brent. Let's keep talking about your poll, okay? So.
But another thing we're going to kind of showcase is one of our highlighted classes. I mean, they're all great classes, but we will have the 10,000 pound pro stock, the 5-inch pro stocks. So they will be there, the outlaw pro stocks, if you will, more or less, or what we call them. But they'll be there. There'll be a bunch of them there. I've got commitments from quite a few. With the exception of, Meddings won't be there, which understandably, we were in Spencer last night, and I talked to, of course, extended an invitation to them, but they're done and I don't blame them. The miles they've traveled, it's unreal. So, and to come back for one hook, I mean, he said Spencer was bad enough, just coming up for that one hook, and I don't blame him. And it was actually just Clint and Lynette. So there last night. So Clint had to drive both tractors, but
they did go 1 and 2 in the points. So I think it probably was a pretty sweet drive home.
It was and well deserved. They're kind of like Jason. I mean, everybody puts a lot into it. Don't get me wrong, but they definitely, I mean, to be that dedicated and drive those miles, and man, that's a lot, because we've just doing what I've done this summer, and I'm right in the heart of it. Like I'm in a sweet spot here, kind of Northwest Missouri, where I can go any direction. And boy, to drive that far every weekend, and man, that's pulling. So, but anyway, no, we'll have the 5-inch. There'll be quite a few of them there. I would guess, I know Parkers are coming from Ohio.
Wow.
As far as I know, all 3 Yarick tractors will be there. I'm working on Pedley's. To come
Pedley's are running since Wisner. Pedley's got her figured out, Robert.
Yeah, it is. And they went second place, I think, last night with it.
They did. Yep.
So No, runs really well. They're doing really, really well with it. And so, which they had a tough season. What was it? It was last year with it. Well, they didn't get a go a lot. These are last year before. Yarix actually took it some and had kind of a rough season with engine issues or whatever. But they've got it. Yeah, they've got it running. So that's good. But there'll be I don't know. I look for. There could be as many as 8 pros there, probably 8 to 10.
I would think so. You're down that, like you said, that sweet spot. Hey,
Yep.
Brent, a question. Jeff Orman wants to know, what's the 2.6 payout?
The 2.6 payout will be Northwest. I mean, it's actually a Northwest sanctioned class, so it'll be Northwest. I would have to look and see. It's probably listed on the NWMTPA website. So I guess it's a tough spot for a promoter. I don't know how to put this. There is a pull in Nevada, Missouri, an MSTPA hook, a Missouri State hook, the same night, which is clear at the south end of the state. So spectator-wise, I'm not worried about taking their crowd or them taking my crowd or nothing like that. Not trying to compete with them. But on the truck side, they've got some pretty dedicated 2.6 trucks. So I didn't showcase a big, huge 2.6 payout just for that reason. I wasn't trying to pull trucks from down there, from their show or whatever. So I mean, it's good. I mean, it's definitely will cover some major fuel, and then some, because I know Jeff's, I think, way over like maybe Eastern Missouri or something, and so he would have to drive a little bit to get here. So, but I do know that I think I got confirmation like Corey Peck's coming for 2.6, and then so that'll be a good one. Allied Forces, he's coming all the way over. I'm not sure if my buddy Lee's coming or not. Lee Stilts is from out in Illinois, just across the river.
Brent, this is your chance to call him out right now.
He's done it before.
And he loves to come over, but Lee works hard and he takes his job he works for Helena Chemical over there, and he's kind of a manager of a location, and he takes it very seriously. And so if they're busy and he needs to be there, he's got to be there. But I'm hoping I get him over here. And, of course, Lane Aldrich will be there, Scott Marcus, Russ Harms.
Did Lane get the goat fixed after Windsor?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's running. It's they went down to Dixon, Missouri or something last Friday night.
That's the first time I've ever seen that truck get beaten my whole life.
Well, yeah, and he's not real sure. He'll be looking at it this week. He thinks he's got some driveline issues. He said that he noticed whenever he was getting drugged with the Gator, as soon as the Gator stopped, the truck stopped in neutral and the rope stayed tight. And so I think he's got some issues with maybe some gears or some driveline or something going with that. So I don't know. He'll be checking it out this week. Don't worry. So
is Scotty going to let Addie drive?
Well, so that's another deal. So Adley's truck, that would be in kind of more this what we're going to call. So that's the other thing. There will be an added street diesel class. It's not on the flyer. I've kind of contacted all the locals about it, but there will be a street diesel class at the end. That's more like what Adley pulls in. And so, but she's got turbo issues. She got a turbo at where was she at? A couple weeks ago. I'm hoping that the good guys at Hearts will get it fixed, but I'm not sure. So
Brent,
I know
you've got a 2.6 Charger there.
Do I know?
I know you've got an old 2.6 from Six Pack Habit somewhere.
Uncle Lane said that he didn't care how hot his was. He said he would wrench his Charger out of the – he'd pull the whole cartridge out and stick it in hers so she could run. So I already heard that.
Because I've never gotten a shot at her, and I've watched that kid grow up. I'll be damned if I'm going to miss a shot at watching her drive.
If I could pull it up and find it quick, and I know I can't, but she drove it at Diagonal, Iowa at the Sabatka deal on Labor Day, and she did awesome. I saw the video. Really, really good. So she's going to be fun to watch. I hope she stays in it, and I hope she stays interested. And so we'll keep on her dad and make sure that that she's. But that's one thing about it. She won't have to worry about finding parts because every competitor in that class would give her whatever she wanted. So
yep.
So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, hopefully she'll get a hook something. So we'll see. And then I've got guys that I didn't put it on there because I didn't think I'd have a lot of interest, but the other class that's not on there, just street stock semis. I had a couple guys reach out wanting to know about pulling, and I wasn't going to turn them down. I'm like, yep, bring them on. So street diesel class and street stock semis at the end, probably at the show. So
is Richard coming?
No, I don't think Rich will be here.
Boo.
He's been. I mean, he's more than welcome, but it's a long ways for him to drive, and he's, of course, he's got a lot more than anybody here's got, But he is fun to watch. So.
Jesse gonna bring one down?
Jesse,
Geyser?
Oh, I'll work on him too. I might be able to get him to bring one.
Call Keith and tell him to bring that blue Pete down.
Yeah, that big blue one.
Yeah,
the one that Keaton's been. I don't know that you're going to get Jesse to bring the blue one, but he's probably got
Keaton will.
Huh?
Yeah.
Keaton probably
Keaton
will.
would.
So Keaton,
I think, he's got to leave the cheater axle up.
Yeah, I think I've pulled. I think Keaton's the only one I've ever pulled with. I don't think Jesse's ever drove. I think Keaton always brings them and pulls them. Jesse probably can't even drive one. So to be honest,
he's damn sure going to prove you wrong now.
I hope he's watching. I don't know if he is or not, but I hope he is. I don't know if he would be.
Somebody tag Jesse Geyser in the comments, please.
There we go.
Like right now.
But he's it's he'll be there with his tractor. I mean, for sure. So he was at Spencer and I parked next to him, and so he'll be there. But should have a good class 4.1s and 540s and the whole nine. So it'll be a great time, hopefully. So that's what we're thinking anyway. But I assume are you coming down, Ryan? You gonna make it down? Cody, he's gonna be there. You don't have no weddings or nothing like that going on. Good.
Nope.
Okay. I'm done taking excuses like that, so that's good.
Oddly enough, I've got a wedding the next week.
Yeah, there we go. That Darren Dreyer's comment there. Yeah, that would be if we could get Richard and Joe and those guys and Laverne and
that LTL runs. I've seen that
Oh,
up
yeah.
Lonaway. I know that truck.
yeah, all them guys.
Well, I haven't.
and-
Somebody make a frickin' phone call.
Yeah, Richard Darr, get him. Mike Pizdera, come on, let's go.
Yep. I need to. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'll make a call. I don't know if I can get them on this short of notice, but definitely for next year, we need to put something together, something like that. It doesn't matter. It's crazy though, because I've had them cranked up and pulled them, and I've pulled them stock, and it doesn't see. I mean, yes, obviously Dars and those are way more impressive, but the crowd just loves to see semis. They don't care if they're off the street or what. They just go nuts over that. So just something different.
I could pull Kara in here. She's down here, and she can tell you what it was like to ride along with Brent last year, because Brent gave her a ride in that truck.
Yeah,
in his, and she loved it. She had a blast.
They're like, "Do you care if you hook it again and give Kara a ride?" I'm like, "Yeah, no." So that's the great thing about a semi. You just keep hooking it. It's got water.
Is it this one, Charles?
Right.
No, that's Bobby Lambrick's is way too long for that should not work for as stretch as it is, but it does.
Huh.
Geez, that's 300 inches if it's a foot.
All of that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, Joe's is red and it's a lot shorter.
Yeah, Joe's is, and it's that both the Joe's, that black and red one, they're beautiful trucks.
That might be it.
That might be, right there. That's Joe's with the white wheels on the back. That's
That's
Joe's.
Joe's.
Hello.
Yeah.
Is that his, Charles?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
it.
That's Joe Bear.
We'll take it.
Darren, make the phone call. Charles, what class did he compete in Onaway?
Class B.
I was gonna say B class, I think. Yeah.
All right.
So
We'll take it.
So, and I don't know what the story is with him, and I need to make that phone call too. I just thought about it. Dar and Pazdera somewhere down there have or had a pair of pro stock pulling semis.
They ran Class A. Both of them did at Onaway. They do have. Yes, they do. Yes.
Well, I didn't know if I hadn't heard anything about them. I knew Dar was working on that T800 or whatever to pull up there.
It was there and it ran bad. It's stout. Calls Jerseyville Truck Repair and get them. Good guys.
Yeah, they do all of my work on all of my truck. All my overhauls. I've got 2 brand new 22 389s that may or may not still have the Cummins factory engine and may or may not have yellow motors in them.
May or may not.
I don't know. So, but we're not going to go there. But anyway,
I feel like Brent just kind of went to the therapist there for a second. Don't you think, Charles?
Yeah, it might have been.
So this 4.1 is really that's the only sad thing is I've got a new one, that Dar built an engine for, and it's supposed to really run well. It's not like on-away material, but it should be a really good daily driver. And it has I have yet to finish it, put the rear fenders and exhaust and shit on it because I bought this 4.1 pulling tractor.
we talking good daily rest of the world 700 horsepower or Michigan gravel train 1200 horsepower?
Not the 12, but definitely more than the 7.
He's full of crap.
Way
the
up
ones
there,
that
Charles.
The ones that we daily drive are in that 7 range probably. That's a good daily number. Yeah. There's Rich's old.
Don't tell that to a Michigan guy that 700 is enough.
Yeah,
I believe that the one you were looking for.
They need horsepower
allegedly
numbers with a comma.
Yeah, they do too. There's guys out there. I mean, that's 1,000, 1,200 on a daily is nothing. I mean,
we're the only state in the country with 164,000 no permit needed plate and run it.
Yep.
And do not try to stop fast in front of one because you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you will die.
That's their 359. So that's got an E model in it, and he brought it out one year and pulled it out here. He brought it and that other one, that charcoal gray 389 that he built.
So Summers and Trish must be back from supper because Ken's on the show now.
Oh, there they are.
Yep, I saw their Snapchat earlier, so they're out at the steakhouse again, celebrating the Chiefs game. So.
Yep.
Corey.
Yep. So the backstory on that with Corey, his truck is one of the 2 new 22s, and Dar told me that we were going to leave it where it was at until he got X amount of miles on it, then bring it back, run the overhead, then we'll crank it on up. So Corey's there and has been there for a month, and he keeps asking me, when are we going to take it back out to Dar? When are we going to take it back out to Dar? I'm like, well, whenever we get time. Corey's.
You put that thing on a lift and you put a brick on the gas pedal and you come back in the morning and then we'll talk.
Right, exactly. I'm like, you racked up 2,500 miles in a day. How's that happen? But no, he's about he hauls heavy equipment all the time on a detach, and whether it's heavy or not, they pull like a lead sled because the wind drag is terrible. And so Corey, if anybody, needs the power. And so he's or wants the power, I should say. So
Corey, he needs it.
Paper logs, man.
It's probably an honest 650 right now, and he thinks he needs more like 750. So we'll have to do something.
Weak sauce. Pump those. Those are rookie numbers. Pump those up.
Those are let's try to keep it in one piece numbers so we can keep trucking.
Right. Need a better tuner then.
And I'm here to tell you, parts aren't any easier to get for semis than they are for pulling tractors or anything else.
No, they're not.
It's rough. Like Rich, he'll call me because I'm buying trucks that are either blown up or something, and he's always if he can get a hold of a cat overhaul kit, he'll call me. Hey, I got a kit for this. You want it? Yep, get it.
No. Put Megan's comment back up.
Put Megan's comment back up.
That's right.
Why isn't she on the live tonight?
No, she's here. She's just over there in her pajamas, laughing at everything that I do. She's a great supporter.
Dude, last time you were on the show, the boys showed up with no pants on.
Yeah,
Megan can make an appearance in her PJs.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I'm showing Ferris Bueller's Day Off when they put the car in reverse. They're trying to take the miles off of it. So that's why I brought that up there. So I thought that was funny.
So, Corey, fun fact about Corey, he's got one of the most popular 389s on TikTok this week.
Yeah. Thanks to Lane Aldrich, him and Lane. They, he was hauling Lane's combine. That was what they came up with. They're always up to something.
What is his TikTok handle, Roos?
C. Roberts and a bunch of numbers.
It's like something. It's something 389, but I can't remember.
Is it
something? It's maybe C. Roberts 389.
That could be. I don't know. All I knew is that Ag with Emma got. She saw it and she kind of started drooling a little bit, and she's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. They were all about that. He came in the shop the next day. He's like, these got like 46,000 views. I'm like, well, I should have said something cocky like, well, what do you expect when I put a truck together? I mean, I don't know what. But I didn't. So, but it was. It's been cool. It's kind of a weird story. I wanted to order one brand new truck, and I ordered one brand new truck before they quit putting gauges in the dash on the 389s. Well. Then I ordered it from back home here. Well, then Dar's like, well, why didn't you use my guy? I'm like, well, I don't know, because I just went to the local guy. He's like, well, you need to give my guy a shot. I'm like, okay, have him spec this truck. So he spec'd it. But it was cheaper, a fair amount cheaper. He's like, what are you going to do now? I said, tell him to order it. He's like, well, don't you got one order back home? I said, yeah. I said, they're going to quit making these things. I'll just take them both, and then I'll just sell one. Well, then Corey wouldn't let me sell it, the extra one. So now Corey drives it, and we both got one. So, which actually worked out fine. But anyway, I'm actually glad that I ordered two. So, anyway.
You toying with a 389X yet or no?
Maybe.
Atta baby.
Maybe. We've got one. We've got one. Well, I've got my name. I've got one spoken for, but I don't have. It's not locked in, so I don't know. But I can tell you who does have one locked in for sure, and that's be another tractor puller. Be a future 4-1 tractor puller and diesel pickup puller. Is that enough clues yet?
Current diesel truck puller.
He's a current 3.0. Well, his wife is a current 3.0 diesel truck puller.
When
she's
okay,
not
that makes
pregnant.
Perfect sense.
He's got one. He's got one locked in. So
when I pull up in the
This is such a sharp truck.
it turned out pretty cool. Simmerly Collision and Repair, who does all my paint work, Brandon Simmerly over at King City, he does a lot of pulling tractor stuff too. He painted like Cody Shays and Stuart Mazes and all those, does beautiful work. But he likes semis, and we hit it off really well, and he does all my work, and he's actually one of our good sponsors. But anyway, he did all the paint work on as far as getting all the parts and pieces painted, and then Podium Inc., who does a lot of pulling tractor stuff as well. They vinyl decal outfit, and well, they do everything, but hats and shirts and vinyl decals or whatever, but they actually put the stripes on it. So those are actually vinyl stripes on it.
Cool.
So,
I didn't realize that.
They knocked it out of the park. They did a great job. I mean, it's crazy. They did Lane Aldrich's truck too for me, and I go in there and I tell them what I want, and it's like they can see inside your head. It's unreal. It turns out great every time.
Should we play the Google? Let's Google Lane Aldrich and see what pops up.
That'd be a great deal.
No, I want to start doing this when people get lippy with us on the comments.
Wonder if his in-laws are watching. This might get good. We'll see how this goes.
Well, we got to stay off.
Nah, it shouldn't be all bad. He's pretty smart guy. He's pretty.
Facebook, Celsius Springs. That's not as I was hoping for. A little more action. Oh, they made the registry finder. Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Huh. It's not as nearly as exciting as I was hoping.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Google, you let me down. First Colony Mortgage. Lane, are you my competitor? Oh.
I doubt it. I don't think Lane's got time for anything else.
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Not him.
No.
Oh, that's definitely not him.
Ooh,
No,
There he is.
that's him.
He's
Go
the
the other
co-founder of
direction.
Triton Smart Homes on LinkedIn. There's the Lane we all know.
There's the engagement photo.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a sexy Lane. This is kind of fun, actually. Start doing this. Let's do Brent Roberts. So you're a famous actor, Roberts. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Megan's going to want a different hairstyle before long.
Yeah, so first it was the mustache, and now it's the, oh, gosh, I don't know. I can't keep up. My dad would tell you it's the mustache it makes her feel like she's got a new man. She kind of likes it. That's what Dad would say.
Oh,
I can hear your old man saying that.
Yeah.
Is he going to drive this weekend? 85?
Oh yeah, he'll drive he'll probably drive in limited pro and the P pump class probably, or well, he won't drive in both classes. He'll drive in one, and I bet Corey drives in the other one. I bet my brother drives in the other one. So they kind of co-drive that tractor, and so with Northwest, you can actually run 9,000 pound P pump. Oh boy.
I Googled Ken Summers.
Look at that. Trish is going to be,
Lord.
He's going to be looking. I mean, look at that.
Oh my God, this is.
Schultz, stop looking at squirrels. For God's sakes.
Oh.
We could make a whole nother show about this.
No,
What,
no,
called Jason going on tangents?
no,
Oh,
no,
Bruce,
no.
you're gonna call me out on going on tangents? Really?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'll call you out on that 8 days a freaking week.
That's a Beatles song.
Oh, man.
I'm just trying to entertain Ken and Lane. That's all I'm doing, guys. I'm not even listening to Robert.
I'd say you're doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Back to the show.
Oh,
Bedford,
yeah.
Iowa,
Okay.
September 24th.
Yes. Great times. Yep. 2 tracks, 2 sleds, lots of good food. If you're a puller, come early and come hungry. Anybody that's been there before knows how we do it, but at 4 o'clock, we want to have everybody that we can signed up by 4 o'clock so that we can make a pulling order, I guess you would say, and kind of get the tracks even and what have you. But at 4 o'clock, we're going to start serving the puller's meal. And I mean, I got wind that it's going to be like smoked brisket and pork and things like that. Cheesy hash brown potatoes, probably, and
sounds terrible. Sounds terrible.
And that actually is done by my my Aunt Pam Wilmarth and Brian, aka Chubbs Wilmarth, and their family. They do a great. They do it every year, and my gosh, it's phenomenal.
With a name like that, you can only expect the best.
Yeah, Chubbs will tell you. He'll be like, I didn't get this way by not eating, So he's
Can I Google Chubbs and see what happens, guys?
No.
I mean, you could Google. No. I don't know that I would do that.
No.
Probably wouldn't do that.
Put the keyboard away.
You're not going to get the Chubbs that we know. I
got Charles even to kind of blush there a little bit.
Well,
yeah, it already started the last search. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, man. So, yeah. But anyway, the Brian Wilmarth on the flyer, that's Chubbs, the guy that's down there. His phone number's down there. So, hey, he's my cousin, and he's been helping me and everybody else do this. I say me, it's not really just me. There's a lot of, like I say, it's a bunch of us. I'm just the only one dumb enough to get online and like have my face on here and talk to people and stuff like that. So that's the only reason I'm kind of the guy. But anyway, that's kind of the deal. But yeah, Chubbs, he helped me with it back when we did it the first time. So, and is always right in there, and he's a goer and he's a worker. But anyway, so that's the deal.
Your brother going to bring the 4440?
Yep. Yeah, it'll be the traditional track crew. It'll
All
be
40 series, right?
Yeah, the 55 series tractors and then the 40. Yep. So that's what we use. So, and actually the equipment dealerships everybody's low on inventory. So that's what they were all asking. Like, I suppose you want tractors. I'm like, nope, we got tractors covered. They're like, great. Here's a check.
No, we want your money.
Yep. So now equipment's not a problem. And then we actually use, it works really well on that track, on that gumbo, because that gumbo is kind of hard to get workable sometimes. And so we've got a John Deere 8R hooked to a John Deere 30-foot high-speed disc of my dad's, and that thing works. It breaks it up and works really good. So that's what we've used in the past, and that's what we'll use again this year to get the track tore up. So, and we're gonna work on the track a little bit. That gumbo with moisture in it, nobody's really complained about it to me, but I'm kind of picky, and especially now that I've got the tractor I'm pickier, and the starting line gets a little bit hard for me. You got to walk it out a little bit. It gets to where you got to walk it out or you'll just blow the tires off, and then about 100 to 150, it'll hook up, and then, yeah, if you're not careful, you'll bang the bars and all that, and so that's bad. And so we're not going to try to do that again. So we're gonna work a little different. I got some help from Gary Sabaka, and maybe use the Kevin Bauer technique a little bit on it and kind of see if we can make it a little better. So I mean, it's always pretty good. It's a great pickup track, but we're gonna try to make it better. We're always gonna try to make it better.
Hey, why don't you give the Brent Roberts treatment to Joe's comment?
Yeah,
on the screen.
I've got Joe's number. I'll get a hold of it. If I can get him, I'll pay him to come. I mean, I tried to do that kind of the first year, and I just didn't have. I got Dar to come, but it was just basically him and me. I couldn't get. But those guys are doing it a lot more now than they were 2 years ago. Joe's a lot more. He's got a lot more truck than he had 2 years ago.
Do it, Joe. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Laverne Zimmerman has got, there's some down there.
Yeah, his Cummins is badass too.
Yeah, that common rail is nasty. So they're fun to watch. But anyway, so yeah, we might see if we can get them guys out of the woodwork down there at Versailles to come up. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just really it's just kind of a good time deal, I guess, It's not really it is, like I say, a few of the classes are sanctioned by Northwest, but the rest of it's more or less non-sanctioned, and more or less they're all outlaw PPL rules. And if anybody's got any questions on the rules or anything, just give me a holler. Phone number's on the bottom. So, and we'll get it set straight so everybody's on the same page. But other than that, that's kind of the deal. Big thanks to our sponsors, Nature's Fertilizer, Brian Strider hooked us up. He's a big Nature's Fertilizer rep. We actually haul liquid fertilizer for Nature's. But they helped us out a lot. They helped us. They're probably our biggest sponsor, is our biggest sponsor this year. Who else? Let's see. New Gen Agri Service, Furrow Plus, Lane Aldrich was probably our second biggest sponsor. But all the big sponsors are on the bottom of the flyer, the big sponsors, and we thank each and every one of them for donating, because it's we actually had really good luck and really good it's getting out the type of show we're having and the caliber of show we're having with the 2 tracks and the big classes and the big tractors and trucks, and we're having a little better luck with sponsorship this year than we have in the past. So I think word's getting out, and hopefully, thanks to social media and things like this and everything, hopefully we can keep making it grow. But that's kind of the goal anyway. So, but yeah. Other than that, trying to think of anything else I needed to add. Like I say, coolers welcome. We're just we're not going to make a big lot on you trying to sell you a bunch of $high beer. Bring your cooler, have a good time. Bring your family. It's $20 to get in, but you get to bring a cooler. So, I mean, that's
Do the math.
Free koozies to the first 750 through the gate, and they're sweet koozies. I mean, they're kind of match our flyer. Got a truck and a tractor on each side, and Podium Inc. did them. They're the nice collapsible ones. But anyway, so it's the first 750 through the gate get free koozies, and other than that, I don't know. Kids 12 and under free. So just try to make it simple at the gate and go from there. There's too many people watching this thing. Jeez, I tell you.
Quite a few people wish you happy birthday today, Brent, on Facebook. So.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I made it another year. You know, getting as old as I am, you just never know. So,
right.
You know, I'm thankful to keep going.
We'll bring you a walker with tennis balls on it when we see you on Saturday.
That'd be good.
Bring one for Jer and one for Robert.
Yes. Yep. Jer's coming, and you can't have one without the other. So, Big and Little Enos Burdette will be there. Jer Setter and Sam Kelly. So, yep. I told him
nickname.
I have yet to tell him that, but I'm gonna tell him it must be I got this. I'm gonna tell him this weekend. I don't. Of course, Jared's watching, but I was gonna tell Sam today. I was gonna say them outlaw shirts that they're wearing or whatever when they're teching. It must be a bitch trying to find one in a 68 extra fat and a 12 dwarf. I haven't got that far yet. So
I have a feeling it's done now, Brent. I have a feeling. So
no, they're good guys. They're good help. They're going to kind of help me, a little bit and make sure everybody's going the right direction and tech wise and stuff, and make sure we're kind of. I mean, we're not throwing helmets in the ditch and pulling in shorts and flip flops. I mean, we want all the safety equipment required and all that. We're not trying to have an accident. We want to have fun, but we want everybody to be safe just like everybody else does. So all that stuff will be required to be worn, which, as you've seen in that, which I know it's a little bit more radical than some of the vehicles that we're pulling, but like that black Pro Mod, whatever it was, diesel that ran away, that without safety equipment, that would be very bad.
Very bad.
Man, without the helmets and neck braces and oh boy. So it can
Very
happen.
bad. Very bad.
But anyway, so other than that, I don't know. Is there anything else? What am I forgetting, Jason? Ryan?
Roberts, you're a hell of a promoter, and you're an easy interview, so I'm very grateful for that.
Well, I'm good at talking. that.
No, you have great energy for the sport, and I encourage everybody to go check out Bedford, Iowa. I mean, $20, bring your own cooler. Like you said, that's a good old fashioned. Let's have some fun, and you're going to see some good iron.
Food wise, I guess the local 4-H will be there. They'll have a cook shack, and then Pam Wilmarth and her crew, my aunt, they will also be running one side, and they'll have they're going to have like pulled pork nachos and things like that. So a little bit of variety there, but we'll have a couple. That was something we struggled with in the past. We just had one person there in the cook shack, and the food was great, but the line was long a lot of the night. And so try to get people through faster so they don't miss the show. And so we're adding a few, places to eat from. So that's something we're trying to improve on. We're learning, and, just like anybody else, I mean, I sure welcome any questions or comments or concerns or ass chewings or whatever. I can take it all. So I sold John Deere equipment for 15 years. I'm pretty much
you're used to it.
So
Lane says he wants burn ends.
Well, there'll probably be a few. Tell him he better text Chubbs and have him save him a few. I don't know where all those go, to be honest with you, out of all that brisket. I ain't so sure Chubbs don't keep them for himself, but.
That's if I'm there, I know where they're going.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Me too. I love them.
That's what those are for.
I love them. When I go to Jack Stack in the city, I get the burn ends. Yes, it's great.
Or that place off of I-29, right?
Yep.
So is that like at 3:00 or 4:00? I need to be there then.
4:00 if you want to eat. And obviously, I suppose you camera people are invited. You know, you guys, I probably better feed. I don't want Ryan going down on me, so he better have something to eat. So,
well, hold on. You might want to rephrase that.
Yeah, please do, please. Thank you.
Oh, excuse me.
Megan, if you're listening, just come over and smack him.
You never know what would happen. It is my birthday.
If I would have said that, I would have gotten happy birthday. Megan says, I give up.
Show's over. We're done.
Megan, we love you. You are the soul of patience.
So if Charles looks like Vanilla Ice, who does Brent Roberts look like? Who's Brent Roberts' doppelganger?
This will be good.
Brent Roberts' doppelganger.
I'm not going to say because I want to eat when I go there.
Oh, trust me, Megan will let you eat. So
yeah,
she's really the boss. She's running the show. I just work here. So
Rooster.
There we go.
Yeah,
I figured that was coming.
Yep.
I don't think I look anything like that guy, but thanks, I suppose. But
Rooster from the ranch?
No, yeah, that was.
I was gonna say, really?
That was the joke this last weekend at a poll that I announced. The girls that were helping me, or that I was helping, or whatever we were doing, they were taking distance and they were going back and forth, and they said, well, what does your wife think of the mustache? And I said, oh, I think she likes it. I think she thinks I look like Rooster, which is Rooster off of the new Top Gun movie, Rooster. Okay. Right?
Okay.
They were like, oh, we were thinking like Rooster off of the ranch, Rooster. So
you should probably
you don't have the hair for it. You're not.
That's what I got. Yeah.
Get rid of the soul patch, and that would help.
Maybe I don't know.
That facial hair is more like Curly Bill Brocious from Tombstone. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, bye.
Well, this is just all the facial hair I can grow. It's taken me all summer just to grow this. So, I mean, we're not all Ryan, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's a struggle for some people.
This is 8 months in the making, dude.
I'm right there with you.
And I think Ryan and I will both say that this year, come Shipshawana, neither of our heads are for sale.
Yeah.
Somebody else can step up.
Somebody else's turn.
Yeah, somebody else's turn. I don't mind doing it. I'm happy we did it, but it's somebody else's turn.
I will still be a whore for the money. If you throw out 10 grand plus, I'll still do it. But if I can find a stand-in, I damn sure will.
Yeah, it's going to take more than that for me this year.
I wonder if Jason can sell home loans bald. I don't know. I think he might be able to.
I will throw down on that, but
I bet it wouldn't take very long to get
Sarah
10 grand.
would slit my throat the next time she saw me.
She don't care what I look like.
Oh, obviously.
Let's take away your hair and let's find out.
Have you seen his wife? I'm like, is this his sister? Like what? Like where'd she come from?
I think we just found our escape plan.
Oh, man. She's a babe.
Of course, people say the same thing about me. They're like,
Robert, you all ran the front coverage too, buddy. So
yeah,
you don't get to talk a lot.
She doesn't. Well, I blame it on her vision. She actually so a while back here, she decided to. She's worn glasses or contacts all her life, like she's blind, right? So anyway, a while back, she decides to get LASIK eye surgery and get her eyes fixed. I'm like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. She's like, why not? I'm tired of screwing with this. I'm like, what if you realize what I actually look like whenever you're not blind anymore, you know, and you like up and leave, you know, but she hasn't yet. So that's a plus. But
it takes a little while to adjust. I'm just saying.
Personality must go a long way. That's all I got to say.
I'm failing on all counts then. Jeez.
with a capital P, personality.
Yeah, it's a deal. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. That's about all the shit I can fill you full of, I guess, tonight. I don't know.
Give me 1 more minute. I'm working on something. You guys need.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right. Well, you know what? While Jason tries to pull something together, I will vouch for this poll. I've been here every year since Brent resurrected the show. And I can tell you that if you're in Southwest Iowa or Northwest Missouri and you don't make the drive, you're an idiot. This is the
good.
best way to kill a Saturday night in Bedford, Iowa that you can possibly come up with. It is an absolutely fantastic show.
Yeah. If you're used to giving $10 or $15 to go to a show and not take your cooler in or not, whatever, I mean, you need to spend the 20 to go to this one and at least go once. And if you don't like what you see, you don't have to come back. But it's great. It's everybody works really hard on it. The crew works really hard to put it together, and they want it to go, and it's good. So this guy
trying to get that.
You need a new fire suit, dude.
Top Gun 2.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then we need to repaint the tractor over the off season.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I don't care what you think. We're calling.
There's already a Top Gun 4.1. We can't have another one.
We can have a John Deere version.
I don't know. The thing is it's always been people think it's cool now. They're like, oh, that's called Top Gun. That's cool, because the movie come out. Like, dude, that tractor's been around for
that way since forever.
While. So yeah.
We'll just call you a goose. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You can call me whatever you want.
We know.
Oh, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be here.
It's the quietest Jason's been all night.
This is great because I love it when you guys know the guests and I can go look for pictures and have fun.
Schultz, what are you doing this weekend? Are you going to Monroe?
I am. My wife is going to Florida with her girlfriends, and I'm going to be a dad for the first time in forever.
Really?
So, yeah. Yep. So
cool.
Got to do that.
Well, damn. I was hoping you was going to do something I give you shit about, but I guess I can't do that. So never mind.
Honestly, this is you.
No, don't worry. We'll find a way.
I timed this one pretty good for you, Robert. So.
Yeah.
But the outlaw banquet, we'll take pictures with our wives and we'll
yeah
on the book.
We need to do that.
Don't let him have the mic.
No, he's getting it's. I can't. He's got to be working on something. I don't know how he's going to top last
Baby
year.
is out. Like, we got to have something different.
2 new songs. Working on a Beatles song and Humpty Dance.
That'll be great.
I get around.
I'm excited. I'm excited. We had a blast. We had a blast last year. We did have a lot of fun.
I was thinking you were going to say like Daddy Shark type of thing, the shark song or whatever.
The Baby Shark.
No, that's only if Eston Bartling is around.
Yeah.
That's the only time that really works.
Charles, that was so good. Charles and I both busted Esden. He was like, "Oh, it's so dusty. I had to put my face shield down." Like, you're supposed to put your face shield down when you leave the starting line, ding dong.
Duh.
Old Esden. He probably had something in his lip there. He had to chew on it a little bit.
That'd be all right.
Keep a small bottle of Dawn dish soap in your helmet bag, and before every run, take it serious. Have some kind of terry cloth or whatever it takes. Wipe some of that on every night as part of your pre-race setup. Do it because I want your face shield down. I've got so many photos of face shields up, and I've got too many photos of fires. Don't be that person, please.
As Ryan DeBro once told Corey Bob, Corey, you like looking at boobies? Yes, of course I do. And put your damn face shield down so you can continue to look at them.
Exactly.
And if you don't believe me that conversation took place, you go find either one of those boys and they will happily own up to it, especially Ryan.
So that's why Megan got LASIK.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, I forgot to put mine down my share of times. I'll promise you. I'm lucky. I mean, I've got my neck roll hanging like right here, and half the time they're like, like, oh yeah,
and good on
no
your
Lane. We don't
for reminding you to put it back on because I've seen that too many times as well. Guys missing the whiplash collar. Do yourself a favor, and I'm going to stop. Yeah,
I
there's a rant brewing. I'm gonna stop.
I actually have a series of like face shield up until a ball of fire. Like there's a series of like 6 pictures, and the face shield's up till the face shield is down when the ball of fire is like right there. Yeah. So.
But to Lane's point, I have been teaching Clint that song all summer long. We're pretty
Lord, can we please not?
No, just throw it out there. Clint's ready.
I heard you guys were. I heard you guys were practicing at where was that? Was that in Macon?
Macon, Missouri.
Macon.
Yeah.
I heard you guys were having a little practice session. I missed out on that.
Yeah,
I wanted to stay, but I had to get Megan to bed. So she's.
Yeah, Bill Barron hung out with me that night, and he's like, "Wow, you guys stay up late."
Yeah.
That was also the night that you took took part in some lawn chair durability testing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Clint that chair did not pass the Medding Schultz test.
So. No, not at all.
And unfortunately, Lane got it on Snapchat. So.
Yep.
Lane's very good at documenting.
Yeah, he's like a Spiegelberg. You got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Spiegelberg's a puller from Wyawega. Spielberg is a movie.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
And Leroy Schluter cannot say Wyawega. So it's all good.
Neither can you.
Brent.
Wyawega.
Brent, good luck this weekend, buddy.
Thank
you have
you.
2 of the best photographers with Polaroid cameras that they're known to men. So I'm very proud of you.
Yep.
You're bringing CV and RR down there. So life is good. Big rye.
Yep.
So
nope, it'll be a good time, and like I say, show up and have fun.
Yep.
So.
And if those guys,
I don't think I walk on the track so much. So
they
that's
can do
good.
a little live. They can do a little live video, let people know what's going on when they get there. So
yeah,
cool. Tell Megan hi, Brent, and you have a good night, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you Saturday, buddy. See you Friday.
You bet.
That was the best hour of our life. So I'm not gonna lie. So he is a promoter. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Brent's pretty good shit.
Good dude.
Good dude. He's a lot of the right things about this sport.
Bingo. I'm talked out. Cody, Charles, Ryan, what do you guys got left in the tank?
I want to know who's coming down to Indiana next weekend to try and take $10,000 away.
That's the first weekend. That's October 1 and 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard.
Nor have I. And not I will be in attendance.
I most likely will not be either. It'll be a game day decision because I have my nephew's wedding the night previous. If the weather is perfect and the turnout looks good and Jeremy and I can work something out, I will put my ass in the car and I will drive down there. But it's a long drive.
Yeah, Jeremy and I have already had the conversation, and I'd love to be there, but commitments already made. I will be at the new venue for Rudy's Fall Truck Jam at The Rock in Rockingham, North Carolina.
We got to bring.
Nice.
Hey, Roos or Cody, get Roberts back on. We got to ask him the Roos question. We didn't do that. That's very important. But we keep that going. Can you guys text him? Tell him to jump back on. Tell him to use the same link.
You got it?
Yep.
I have not heard any news from the NTPA meetings.
It's been suspiciously quiet, which tells me not much changed.
There's no white smoke.
Yeah, no smoke at all.
Nope.
Like
no new pope.
Yeah.
Well said, Roos.
No, we had the Pope on last week. I didn't think he was abdicating the throne.
I can confirm. So on Saturday, very much was not.
He's coming.
Nor should he, because I all credit to Greg. Who the hell wants that job? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
right.
That'd be impossible. That would be impossible. you're the oldest, most prestigious, pulling association in the world. That's all there was for years. And now you got all these competitors and people picking away at your. Yeah, that would be.
I wouldn't want to do what he does.
No.
All right, Brent. So,
Roberts,
turn down your sound there. Too.
Megan, turn your phone off.
Sorry.
Okay.
Jeez Louise, I tell you, she's new at this whole.
Actually,
Hollywood
she said
thing.
he's
Hollywood
not very
search.
computer savvy, so give him a second. That's what her.
Oh, okay. We're married.
okay.
Happily
So-
married.
Happily.
You punched way above your weight class, buddy. Just
I know.
wanting to let everybody know.
I know. Everybody knows.
And we know.
Anybody that knows
And
me
I know
knows.
you know. So what are the chances that any of the boys are up? Because I don't want to ask you what you'd take pulling because have half an idea that you've already answered this question, but your boys have not. Are
Well,
either of them
they're-
awake?
they're all
Are
in
any
bed.
of the boys awake?
No, they're not.
Megan.
Well,
Megan.
damn.
Megan.
You're
Her
gonna
mom
have
makes
to.
them go to bed at 8. It's crazy.
What?
Bring Megan up.
Ask
Bring Megan
Megan
up.
the question.
Yeah, Megan, come over here, please.
Even in your pajamas, Megan, you
Megan,
still
come
look.
around here.
We don't care. We don't care. We don't judge. Too
Fix
hard.
your hair. Jeez, I tell you, it's a mess.
Megan, first of all, you should hit him for saying that. And second of all, just Schultz, thank you. Megan, what would you take pulling if you could take anything pulling for a weekend?
Oh, jeez.
It
I don't know.
ain't faster horses, I can tell you that. She wants to drive one that wins.
Yeah. Probably something.
I love
She's
the
a lot more
thinking.
competitive than I
You're
am.
right.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I would drive any of Yarrick's Pro Stock tractors, probably, if they ever needed somebody. I
Yeah,
suppose.
be careful what you wish for.
Uh-huh.
We know people. We can make that happen.
Yes,
No,
we do.
I don't drive. I tear things up, so I tend to just watch from the sideline. So.
She had
We know
one.
plenty of very successful pullers who tear stuff up on a daily.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Look at Schultz. I mean,
Jeez.
I was gonna say Tate and
that
Terry,
wasn't
but
very nice.
yeah,
them too.
But
But like
do
I
we
said,
have a fire suit for her?
oh yeah, that's not a problem.
I didn't think so.
No, that's not a problem. We'll see what happens Saturday night.
No, that's okay.
We'll see.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'll
Do
be
it.
taking money and working. So
If we feed her the right kind of lemonade, she's a lot easier to get along with.
I can help with that.
Yeah,
I
but
can
then
tell you
she's
that.
probably not fit to drive a pulling tractor.
Yeah. The
What?
courage might appear, but not the right.
Well, yeah, that's the
disposition.
problem.
Right.
See, that's the whole deal. It kind of goes, it goes the other way too fast. But
You,
I don't know.
you
We'll-
can,
we'll
you
see
can
what happens.
do it. You can do it. We believe in you. You can do it. Come on.
she,
Yeah,
she
no, you
took
can't.
one. She took one bad ride that wasn't her fault, and
Exactly.
it
Wasn't your fault. Exactly. You
It
can
wasn't.
do
It totally was not her fault. But it's
Megan, what was this bad? I've never actually heard this story. What was it?
oh gosh.
It really wasn't a bad ride for her, but it was a bad ride for the vehicle she was driving.
Like I really tore it up. Like I didn't just tear it up a little bit. Like I cleaned the whole drive line out.
Yeah, it was
What-
a.
what- was it?
It's a
was it
competition
six-pack?
vehicle. If it was gonna fail, it didn't matter who was in the driver's seat. It
Yeah.
was gonna fail.
So
That's not your fault. That's mechanical failure. So we've eliminated that excuse. So what's the next one we've got?
It was a 2.6
Well-
truck, wasn't it?
The short story is, or long and short of it is okay. So I had the silver 06 Dodge Common Rail 2.6 truck, 6-pack habit, and Lane Aldrich and I were well known for in the 3.0 class, like back when 3.0 trucks were pulling with Northwest with our local association. We would take duals with us. And we would take 3x3 Smoothbore Harts Chargers with us, and we would switch chargers and crank the fuel up and put duals on and jump from the 2.6 class to the 3.0 class. Okay, so it ran really, really well with a 3.0 with a 3-inch charger on it. Like it like really well, especially for only having just an air-to-air intercooler. So one night I decided to put her in it with a 3.0 charger on. She can drive the wheels off of whatever she gets in. I swear to you, she can feel it and she can make it go. It's I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it, but she can. So anyway, so I thought, well, I'm gonna put her in this, and because she would have won, like she would have won. And so I stick her in it, and I'm headed down the track because she doesn't need any help. Like she's got it. So I'm headed down the track to video, and walking down the track, and the starting line was not level, and she rolled back a little bit, and I think it still had a foot feed. Yeah, so there was I put a hand throttle in it later, but so she needed, you couldn't have, a foot on the brake and a foot on the clutch and a foot on the foot feed all at the same time, right? Well, it rolled back after she got the chain tight, and they didn't tell her that starting line. I mean, they were standing there watching her. The guy that hooked her, he's like, So anyway, she rolled back, didn't know it.
Wow.
When she wound that, I mean, she knew how to take off. About 4,500, and the clutch starts coming out, and she hit the end of that chain, and it was like a chain reaction, and she dumped the clutch and floorboarded it all at the same time, and it did not have a 3.0 drive line in it. So it cleaned the drive lines. It cleaned the drive line, spiked the motor. It spiked the motor so hard. It's 6,200 RPMs on that common rail. The injectors shut off. Well, it blew the tops clear off of the injectors, of the S&S injectors. And I mean, it blew fuel all out the exhaust, and it was bad, but it wasn't like catastrophic
they had to,
bad.
Pick it up with the forklift and carry me off.
We had to carry the whole truck off because it was so broke.
So all I heard was not your fault. So when are you doing it?
No, because that's what was really frustrating, because she does really well. She's got the concept. She can hear it and feel it. She knows what to do and when to do it. And that's always been I was kind of pissed about that deal, but it is what it is. I wasn't pissed because the truck was broke. I didn't give a shit. Hell, I had it fixed and running the next weekend or whatever. It was nothing. I mean,
let's get you that success. Do it.
But
where did that truck end up at, by the way?
It's still out. It's out here. I've still got it. It's supposed to go back together as a daily driver. Actually, I've got it out here. I actually put the old frame was bent. I mean, that thing with when you put duals on it, I mean, it was humped in the middle. I mean, it was bent. And
it looked like Matt Penn's frame.
Yeah, had shit welded all over it. So what I did is I found a truck that was rolled, kind of a light rollover, cab was smashed. And I took the body, because it was rust-free. I took the body off of it, put it over on this other chassis, and I just haven't got it put. I have too many other irons in the fire. I haven't put it together, but I've still got the truck, actually. Or what's left of it.
I remember watching that pull down the track, for quite a while type of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was those were fun times. It was we had a blast doing that.
You got plenty of room in the trailer to stick that for her to drive. Just saying.
Yeah, right. I don't know if she'd want to drive a truck or a tractor if she had. I think she might. If I get her on a tractor, she would. Yeah, she'd be like, yeah.
Wheels up. Wheelies are the best.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. She's shaking her head right now, so I don't know.
So I'm pretty stubborn. If I don't want to do something, you're not going to talk me into it.
I tell you what, the biggest problem is I don't think I would ever get her to do it if there's anybody there. I could get her to do it if it was because we've been known to go. Gary Sabatka has he lives 45 minutes from here. He's got a track at his new house. He had one at his old house. He's got a track at his new house, and he can literally just drive the sled out of the shed and drive it down to the track, and we go tractor pulling.
Well, so you don't have to worry about any of that. I'm here to tell you, if you sit through a driver's meeting, they tell you this. It's just you and the flag man. There's nobody around. There's nobody listening. There's nobody watching. It's you and that guy with the sticks. You just follow his instructions, and magic happens.
Yeah, she would do well if she would do it, but I'm She gets all mad at me when I try to
You've got a couple days to get it put together. What I hear is Megan's going to drive in Bedford.
There you go.
And between she and Addie, we're gonna bring back the 2.6 with some girl power, and it's gonna be awesome.
There you go. It'd be great if we get Scott Barkus to fund it all. Be even better. I spent all my I spent all my money on
sell
tractor.
Some sheep. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, really, really what she needs to do is probably get on the pro farm. Those are the best tractors to drive. I mean, it'll go no matter what. You can't. I mean, it's limited RPM, so you can't cook it or tear it up as easy. I mean, we get her on Dad's pro farm, but we could start there and we could work our way up. But I'd give up the seat all day long if she would drive it. It wouldn't bother me to drive 4 or 5 hours to a hook and watch her. It wouldn't bother me a bit. It'd be fun. But
she's looking at you like you're on fire, dude.
I know. I get that a lot. You get used to it. It's fine. So she looks at me like that at least once or twice a day. So
morning and night, it's okay.
But after, I don't know, however long we've been married, 12 years or something like that. I mean, I've finally got her to where it's nothing surprises her. I mean, it's hard telling what'll be sitting in the driveway or what I'll come home with or what I'll do. But she's just like, yeah, whatever. Just, whatever. Just do it.
I can believe that one.
Just don't sell my house or my car.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, long story short, Yarrick's Pro Stocks, I guess that's what she really wants to drive. So I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be a problem either. I'm pretty sure if she went up to David and said, David, I would really like to drive your tractor someday, he'd be like, all right, get on. You want to wear my fire suit or what? So,
I mean, he let his daughter.
So who's got David on speed dial? Let's do this.
Oh, plenty.
All can.
David's he's probably, I don't know. He may not be. He might be counting sheep. I don't know.
You've got Lane and McKenzie watching. Like, that's a pretty good, vote in the system there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he let me drive it. And if he let me drive it, he let anybody drive it.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah. I've driven it, and it's a ride. It's one thing about it. You don't have to worry about it going. It'll go. I mean, it goes. So they're a blast to drive, but I don't know. Maybe someday we'll have one here in the shed. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So if we don't go broke trying to run Schultz down, we maybe get there someday. So
Stop.
Oh, that sucks. It sucks. Yeah, man, it was running. But it was running. Mine don't run like that. That's why mine's still running. I mean, that's all there is to it. I don't know if we can make it run that good, but I think we can make it run pretty good, but I don't know how long it'd last. So.
It was a good season. Thank you, Brent. It was a good season.
Yep. Now it was good. I hope we're all back out next year, and that 4-1 class is a fun class. It's I mean, you can go anywhere and pull anywhere, and the rules are all the same. And man, it's the only thing I didn't get to do. I didn't get to go to a Badger State hook. I just about did. Just about went to was it Highland?
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Yep.
I just about snuck up there to that one. There was no conflict. I think Jerry Molinix and Connie went up there.
Yes, they did. Yes,
and he said something to me, and it'd be kind of fun. I love going places I've never been, and my wife really does too. She loves going 6 or 7 hours away somewhere we've never been. But anyway, so she told me when we got married, she loved to travel. I don't think that's what she really meant though. Tractor pulls. But.
We're gonna join the carnival, honey, and go from fair to fair.
Yes. Yep. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. It's been a fun year. So it's definitely the most expensive year, but I don't know. I'll just keep getting out of bed and working, and hopefully we can do it again next year, I guess. So I guess we'll see. Hopefully we can get more in that upper, top 5-ish, spot, but we'll see what we can do. It's a tough class.
Yeah, it is.
It's tough. And a lot of nights, it don't matter what you got. You ain't going to get it. I mean, draw number or track position or whatever. I mean, it sometimes is not your friend. So, but anyway, it's been a blast.
Megan, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We can only see half your face.
Oh,
So, there we go. She
Andrew
really
Martin
doesn't.
looking for attention.
Oh, good grief. Not again. Shut your visor.
I think
No, as in you're not, and I hate all of you for not doing it.
I think Travis Schlabach commented he doesn't close his visor either all the time. So and now Esden thinks he's a big deal like Travis Schlabach.
So Megan answered.
I'm going to check. I'm going to check and see what Travis did at the end of the league.
Megan answered your question, Ryan. What's Brent going to say?
Oh boy, that's tough. I don't know. I would say it's bad because I've watched them, but I don't follow them, so I don't know all their names. But it would be I don't even know what you call them, I guess, but it would be one of the super stock or it would be, I guess, be a super stock semi probably. One of those, any of them, whatever. One of the ones that got the big ass ice cooler in the back, and yeah, got all the condensation back there where the fifth wheel should be. Yeah, those would be cool. So, but I'm into semis.
We know people. We can make this happen.
I mean, I'd trade him. I'd trade him a ride on my hayraker, if they want it. I don't know. That's all I got to offer. I don't got a lot, but that's all I got.
Hey, Ryan DeBro, what you got going this weekend?
Right?
I don't know. Can you handle driving a W9?
Oh yeah, I'll drive it. I don't care if it's a cab over Volvo. Or Freightliner. I
Volvo
can care
ever
less.
make a cab over?
I don't know.
It's got a condo. It's fine.
I could care less. I'm not picky. So trust me, it's been discussed. I mean, I would never. I'm obviously not going to have one on that level, but it's the dedicated semi-puller has been discussed between me and Rich. So, but I've got too many eggs in the 4-1 basket, so we'll see what happens. So
all those European, of course, they made a cab over. All those trucks over there are first on the scene.
I googled it.
They are.
I googled it.
But anyway,
we could get Pravacek to come down. Maybe that'd be cool.
I don't know. Those guys are like that Class Act truck and all them guys. Man, those things are. They pulled down at Joplin. That's the last time I've seen them pull in person down at Joplin last year. We pulled Pro Farms down there at the truck show, and they pulled. There you go. That's cute.
Oh man, Ryder truck yard donkey. Look at that thing.
Yes.
Look at that. But it's a single axle, so if we hopped it up properly, he could do a wheelie.
I tell you what, my second would be. I don't know. The tractors are cool, but deep down, I'm kind of a pickup guy. Start on pickups. My second would be a super stock diesel pickup. I mean, those are just. I mean, to walk it out for 100 foot and then stand on it and just. My gosh, those things are.
Are you sure? Do you want to see the Randy Overton
Yeah, I
video?
see it.
Yeah, do you want to see that video again?
I'd still try it.
Well, it's a very different version.
Yeah, that's Daniel McIntyre's version right there.
Yeah,
I thought that's they post on our Beer Money Pulling Team group page.
God.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's even more. That one's even more wicked.
I saw
still
the
take a
TikTok
chance.
versions of that.
They were going to go through the motor, but I don't see how you don't. And I know Jeremy's hopeful that, that truck would be at his deal in a couple weeks, but I don't know how that truck doesn't go back on the jig at Performance Pros.
Yeah.
I hope so.
That was, yeah.
Because I feel like they're going to find stress cracks for that in that thing for the next year.
It's hard to watch.
And you can hear it. I mean, the talk was the data log said 7,000 plus. I mean, nobody's running a diesel.
You can hear every one of them.
The only guy I know who ever ran a diesel that tight, was a D-stroked drag vehicle. Man, 7,000's upstairs on a smoker.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Who
It
was
is a
it
lot.
that ran
Brent's a
that?
Cummins guy though, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Tractor motors can't do that.
No.
Mine
Well,
can't.
they can once.
I mean, all jokes aside, I mean that's been a conversation too. Like on the drag race side, the guys who have Cummins, they're like, man, we're trying to spin a 6-cylinder and go after the gas guys, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
The efficiencies aren't there. It has nothing to do with, it's all about the layout and efficiencies and cylinder head flow and vibrations. The V8's going to win. And they're like, we get away from Duramax and go to spread bore. I'm getting way deep, going super nerd. We get away from standard bore space and do whatever we want on a diesel platform, full billet, blank sheet of paper, and then we can do it. But trying to make a 6 go for what they're trying to do, which is different from the sled pull guys. Sled pull guys are setting an RPM range and a boost range and trying to stay to that, versus the drag guys who are trying to rev gain. It's two different things, but there's a lot going on there. A lot of science, a lot of technology coming forward. It's going to be cool.
Well, I can tell you in my world, of course, like I say, it's definitely not a top runner by any means, but we were on a track the other night that was not great. I mean, by the time I went, wasn't a whole lot to get a hold of. I had to drive it out of the hole, and then at the big end, there just wasn't a lot there. And so I would say the RPMs were as high. I mean, I was even on a big gear, but I'd say the RPMs were as high as they would get at any point in time. And I think mine recalled like 5,200. I mean, I don't, but like I say, I don't have as big a kahunas as Schultz does, obviously, but
stop with the kahunas.
But
that has nothing to do with kahunas, Rob.
I was afraid of, all I could think about was, well, I'd really like to pull this at my pull next weekend at Bedford. So but I mean, I didn't cut any slack by any means, but I mean, that's about all I don't, so that's
self-preservation does kick in.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so yeah, we're nowhere as near that, but I don't know. I hope I don't need to be or want to be, but yeah, it's but some of them have. I mean, I've heard guys say, "Oh yeah, I recalled like 6,100," and I'm like, "Oh boy, that's getting it."
There's a couple times the remedies went over 6,000 this year, and it messes things up. So
the thing is though, like going back in time, back to the 90s, and I did a whole like video stitch together of this, and Ryan, you'll remember this about Tom Harmon.
Mm-hmm.
And his pro stock, his international pro stock, like you don't leave the line until you see 6,000, and he would do it over and over and over, for years, and that was 20 plus years ago.
There's guys that do it and they make it work. And I mean, it's all about, I suppose, tires and tire pressure and weight and balance and your chassis and But I mean, there's guys in the class that they come out swinging. I mean,
there's 4 ones trying to leave the line close to 6,000. I know that.
Tires on fire coming out of the hole. And me, I'm like trying to be nice to him. So I'm rolling out like I'm coming on the clutch at like my 4,500. I'm rolling out there, and then I, give it to it. But everybody's got a different style of driving, and I don't know. I just could never get mine to, and maybe I've got a lot of work to do to it, but I just could never get mine to work coming out swinging that hard. So I don't know. I've got along better kind of trying to be nice to my tires and walk them out. That night I annihilated. You can ask Taylor Van Beek. I annihilated my first set. I just got them back today. My 12-ply hole shots. I just got them back today from Taylor. I stopped by there today and got them. And I mean, yeah, they were. I took them up there and he's like, wow. You've been, I think he said something like, you've been doing a lot of learning with this tractor this year so far. Yeah.
That would be what Taylor would say. That's his nice way of saying you're a moron, Roberts. So.
Yeah. So but he got me fixed up. Man, they look, he's like, get them home and get them back on. Take them to Wheatland. Take them to Bedford,
You'll like sharp tires.
Yeah, a
lot.
He did this set that's on there now. That's kind of my second set. He touched them up for me, and from what I had to these, it made a tractor out of it. Just that. And
tires are the single most important thing in our class now, Brent.
They are. It's crazy. I mean, it was turbos. Now it's tires. Yeah. Well, it's both. Well,
it is, but.
It's just, the tire deal is just, I learned real quick. I mean, I thought I was going to buy this set of hole shots and hell, I'd be golden all season and I'd be good to go. I quickly learned after talking to tire guys and trying to get them cut and redone. They're like, yeah, you just well buy another set because you're going to need 2 sets if you're going to keep pulling every weekend like you're doing. So it's, so I dug through Yarick's tire pile out behind the shop out there, all the ones that they'd thrown out. And I scavenged onto a set and we put a fresh edge on them, and they were night and day better than what I had. And Taylor's got these fixed, and there's guys that are running the same ones done by him, and they're like, yeah, get them back on. You'll love them. So hopefully we're going to try them at Wheatland, see how they do. So I'm excited.
Hey, cool. real quick, seeing Ryan on the bottom of the Flyers, he going to have that thing there by chance?
Ryan Stahl?
Yeah.
That's a good question. He's actually course sponsored and he's helping us out. He's actually we're working on some really cool trophies actually. And Ryan is helping with that. And so I forgot to mention that, but anyway, he wasn't sure yet. He said it was a little bit off. And so it'll depend on what him and Craig get put together, but I'm pretty sure as long as it holds up, I'm assuming Craig's going to, down to Wheatland Friday night. I mean, as long as everything holds up there, it'll definitely be there. The 8MV Duramax will be there and those. So I'm sure they'll be there if they can. I know Phil Roush said he's coming, bringing the high class hooker. I don't know if him or Kendra's driving. I know they just had the new one, so the new baby. So I don't know who's driving, but I don't know if she'll come or if they'll all come or what. But Phil said he's coming, so we'll have it up there and. I tried to get him to bring the 4.1 with the new sheet metal, but I don't know if he's going to do that or not. So we'll see. He has yet to drive it. So I think Colby Seth's the only one that's drove it since he's acquired it. So
I want to see Ryan make a good pass for that thing because it.
Cool. Yeah, I know. I do too. I want it for him so bad, and he'll get there. They'll get it. They'll get it figured out. So, but. Anyway,
Skylar coming. Is Skylar coming too?
Skylar will be there. Yep.
Good.
Yep. I guilted him into coming. I put him on the poster, and then I never even asked him. I just put it on the poster, and then I got those photos from you guys, and I put them on the poster, and then I said, and I sent it to him whenever the podium got it done, and I said, hey, by the way, you're coming to my poll. And he looks at it. He's like, well, yeah, I guess so. So. Yeah, I'm hoping to get him and Dalen Bell. I would think would come. I don't know why they wouldn't. I'm pretty sure they're coming, and they were going to try to get Tim Tuttle to come with them too.
That'd be great.
Yep, common sense.
I just got a text from Doug Meisinger, and he's sending me screenshots of his computer readings for RPMs. Brent, we're not ready.
Yeah. Oh, I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. Hey, ask him if he had to change.
Hey, Brent, you're asking him right now, just so you know.
So Doug, I want to know and he'll probably say, "Oh no, it's no big deal," but it would be for me if I took the ride that he took at Spencer the other night. I'd had to clean my drawers out, and I said,
and he still won.
Yeah, and I said right then that I was standing behind the sled watching him go. Yes, right here.
Yeah.
And no bullshit, I could see the yellow on the front of the hood from behind the sled over the cab. And I'm like, and he never let off. He stayed after that right there. He was still in it and stayed in it.
So well. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring that up because we can't.
I mean,
Hey, remember Hey, remember an hour ago when we asked Roberts to come back on for one question?
Right?
Hey, Brent, while he's bringing that up, have you called Jess Hardison?
No, I haven't. I need to.
Make a phone call.
Yeah. We'll get them guys out here. Yeah,
Jess had a real good time at the state fair.
Sweet.
And I think you could potentially get him out.
Yeah, I'll give him a call. I've talked to Jess before, so I don't know if he'll remember me, but I know who he is. So, but
I'll tell him you might call.
Yeah, do that. We'll try to get a hold of him and get him out here. So
I know of another 2.6 truck. I don't think it's back together running yet. So
yeah, watch this. This is unreal. Look at that.
Yeah.
I think it's official. Doug Meisinger clanks when he walks.
Yeah.
That's a joke about wearing your hoodie upside down so your hood can actually carry the important part.
I think Doug just basically said, when in doubt, throttle out.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go.
Okay. He gone. Oh boy.
There goes the tire.
There goes the front tire.
It went into a cemetery. No, we've had Doug on the show, and it went into a cemetery.
Yep. You picked a fine time to leave me loose, wheel.
When he started the wheel, he held the shutter down and took about 30 picks before he was out of my frame. Yeah, Mark, you nailed that. So
yeah. I mean, that was that I was gonna say driving that would be one I would. I don't think I don't know.
How high does that wheel go? Like high?
The ways 30 foot
at least,
or 40?
Easily 30 foot.
Man,
that was in Wilcox, Arizona, I believe.
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that sled.
I mean, he just.
Yeah.
I mean, he yeeted that thing off.
There's a cactus still sitting out there as like the first place marker.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that thing's wild.
I don't think he didn't lose all year.
I don't think he did.
No. He swept the Pullers Championship and went right in the outlaw and just banged it out.
Man, that thing's wild. I don't know, but if there's one that you get to the track to watch, that's one of them right there. I mean, yep, just ride it.
So Doug, you're watching. I'm curious, how many runs did you make this year without opening the engine up?
Yeah.
And do you want to come to Bedford and make one more if we can get Travis to come down and do a grudge match?
Because Travis, and thanks to Denny Healy, Enderley was run number 31 without opening that thing.
Really?
Which on a diesel super, I mean, like, come on, no one does that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, we're all just sitting on the edge of our seats right now waiting for
waiting for
it. We totally are. Totally
well,
are.
That and the fact that there's a half decent shot that Travis is watching.
Trav's watching.
Yeah, there is.
Trav's watching because he's been commenting on stuff.
We'll give him the Lane Aldrich classic. We'll give him the Lane Aldrich classic saying, and it goes something like, "Hey, if you come down here and help me, I'll make it worth your while."
Right.
If anybody knows Lane, they've heard it.
I've got that a time or two. Yes.
You can just come down and help me. I'll make it worth your while. So yeah, that would be cool because that crowd there, they don't see diesel supers. I mean, most of them don't. They don't see. Of course, they don't see pro stocks or 4.1s or 540s. I mean, they don't see that's. So it's a good time.
Wyatt, your comment's not wrong. Allison, Travis, and Jerry were right next to me on the barrier wall at Enderley, and they thought that Matt had got him. And the big screen wasn't working for the finals, so no one knew until it actually was said over the loudspeaker, and then it was announced that Travis had got it. So, Goodwin was in there.
Good one on a good one.
Yep, Goodwin on a good one.
This year, Reed kind of juvenated Matt. It was good for him. So
yeah, I would agree with that. I think he had some fun.
He did.
And you know what? People have been talking about this for at least half a year, if not more, about seeing Doug and Travis go head to head again.
There you go.
He didn't.
Be a really bitchin' place to do it at Bedford.
He didn't say no.
There you go.
Waggle's got $500 on supers.
Yeah,
dude, everybody loves diesel supers.
We will have fuel money for supers if they show up one way or another.
This can happen. We've got time. This can.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of time.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not even like
Goodwin, if you want in on this, you're welcome to come down too.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, any of them for that matter.
Real quick, there's not a live stream either, is there, Brent? So it's in person only.
Yeah, it is in person only.
So that means
we are
get your butt in the seat.
And that's kind of another incentive for people to show up. If you show up and get through the gate and support this, next year it'll be better, I'll promise you. Because we're working on some stuff for next year. We're talking to some people for next year, and next year there's a good chance it will be live stream. So
that means get your butt in the seat.
Yep, we make this go this year, and next year it will be bigger and better.
Travis, Doug,
we're already working on
this. And it'd be like
Matt.
one of the closest diesel super hooks I've got. So yes.
Yeah.
Well, Goodwin's the closest.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, he's just right up there.
2.5 hours. Matt, Trav's 3.5 hours, and then Meisinger's closer to Vegas than anything. So he's okay.
Well, if you're gonna, so since we're doing moonshots, get Rackner and Esden Lane, and
yeah.
Somebody stop and pick up Blake Graves on the way.
Right.
I don't know,
Brent,
but my show just got a lot more expensive.
Where this is going tonight?
Me coming back on here is going to cost me another $10,000. I can see it.
That's not even the promotion.
If we play our cards right, yes.
No, I'm not talking about paying you, Schultz. I'm talking about paying these diesel supers to show up.
And I know that, but I'm throwing it in. The amount of publicity you're getting tonight is just unreal. So.
I would love to see diesel supers on this track, though. I would love to see it. That would.
He's actually going to Vegas this weekend.
Oh, for the love!
No, we've been talking to Doug, and that's where we're gonna battle. I mean, that's where we're gonna get Travis and them back together. So, the Bone Twister and the Scrappy is in Nashville, Illinois, next May 19th and 20th. So
there you go. We may have to try to make it out.
Ambush going for Revenge of the Yellow. We need to start doing like some pro wrestling, like.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes, we do. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I just had like scariest thoughts of like the pro wrestlers with the mask on type of thing. Like, yeah.
No, we don't have to go that far, but
but Jason would, so
no, because Ryan wouldn't let me. He would talk me out of it. He'd
shut up. I already know that you've got the mask in the freaking closet.
No.
Well, I don't know, but if
it's in the coat closet, I know it is.
The pullers can be themselves, but I'm not above breaking on some Mean Gene Okerlund. So,
well, I can tell you, if you eat like I do and your exercise regimen's like mine is, the older I get, I'll be a lot closer to a sumo wrestler than I will a pro wrestler. I'll tell you that. Oh boy, yeah, this is getting old. Sucks.
Yes, it does.
But
They don't
How
warn
old are you today?
like the
35.
Oh, you're just
Oh,
come
shut
on,
up.
35. Get out of
Shut
here.
up.
They really don't warn you
35.
about like once you hit 30, it goes downhill hard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
Oh well.
Y'all making me feel old.
On every vacation at a verbal home, there's someone like you.
Yeah, I mean this would be better if it was a show
Make up for lost time.
commercial, but
Well, that was truth in advertising. That was a beautiful pass.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, I was around Mark a little bit when I would go over to pull. Like he was always at like Falls City, Nebraska. We go pull with NK and them, and he was one of them guys. He was the good old boy tractor puller. I mean, he was the whole package. He was a good dude. So
Awesome.
I didn't know him as well as a lot of them did, but yeah, and he always had that. There's pictures of him. He's always smiling. He's one of them guys you just wanted to know what he was up to. He's just always made you thought he was up to something. So
That's funny. People say that about you a lot.
Yeah, well, it's usually I'm not up to. I'm usually just lost, but this one trying to find my way. But yeah, it's yeah.
How many polls did you announce this year?
What?
How many polls did you announce this year?
3 or 4, probably. Something like that. So,
For
yeah.
those of you who are still watching who have never heard Brent announce a show, he does a killer job with the mic.
Oh, geez,
he really does a good job.
I don't know about the only reason I'm any good at it is because I know everybody. I mean, and just
that counts for more than you could ever know.
Just like Schultz, I mean, that's all we do all summer long. We watch it, we go, we're in it, we do it, we pay attention, and I don't know everything. But I can fill a show full of talk. That's no problem.
Yeah, but when you're explaining classes and like difference in classes and stuff like that, when you guys do that, like there's a lot of people that don't know the difference between each and every class, and just explain the difference, or just simple stuff like people just watch because it's smoke coming out of the tube and that's it. But when you explain like what's happening, what's going on, why they didn't have a good pass, like that's the stuff that people want to know. Like, why did that tractor go further, or why did that truck go further than the other one? They want to know like why that happened or what happened. So,
well, you may have somebody that runs, really, really hard or runs good and is a competitor, but maybe they've been having some tough luck, or maybe they're having, injector trouble or pump trouble or water trouble or whatever the case may be, and they're trying to figure it out, and they go out there and they make a shitty pass. I'm always there to back them up and be like, hey, this isn't this tractor. They're having issues with it. We watched it run last weekend. They had it, stuff like that. I just trying to get the credit to the pullers they deserve. These guys work their tails off trying to make these things go. And, sometimes it sucks. I mean, it just, they get gremlins in them and they're trying to figure them out. And sometimes you got to go to the track to figure them out. And so I just always try to make it, to where people can like they're us, like they've been there and been watching, and that way they're in the loop, and so they know what's going on. But I mean, I don't know, but I hate to see somebody go out there and not have a good pass, and then everybody in the crowd that goes to that one pull a year, and that's it. And they're like, oh, that guy, he ain't worth a shit. Well, no, actually he is, just sometimes you have an off night. I mean, just like last night, or was it last night before last at Spencer, or whatever it was. I mean, the 4-1 points champion for Outlaw got last place, I mean, shit happen. I mean, people have bad passes, and so I don't know. I like to clarify things and make sure people, I mean, I guess know what's really going on, I guess, or try to, but I love, oh boy, I love being on the mic when I have the mic and like somebody like you's out there on the track and I can say whatever I want about you and nobody can hear what you're saying. It's great. So
God help us, media crew, if you gave us like roamable mics, because that would be dangerous.
Yeah, it's that would be if I had a number one request for a promoter as an announcer, it would be that the mic has to be wireless and it has to have range to where I can go every end of the track all over and around, and that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun getting out and doing that too, But to do that, you almost have to have a co-announcer or have a headset or something because you don't have the distances in front of you and stuff like that you're supposed to be announcing. So I don't get to do a lot of that. But
yeah, you got to have somebody that you trust in the booth, Brent, to go do that. Yep.
Yeah,
but it's fun when you have somebody in the booth, that's running.
It is, and I've had co-announcers, and that's a lot of fun. Co-announcers are a blast. That makes it more fun yet. So where you can go back and forth and stuff. So.
I'm not worth a shit, but I'll co-announce with you.
There you go. That worked. I don't care. I ain't worth shit either, but they keep asking me to do it, so I don't know.
They don't ever ask me, so there you go.
The problem is a lot of people need them, and yeah, it's kind of a pain when you're trying to pull, but at the same time, if you don't do that stuff and nobody does it, then pretty soon nobody's doing this, nobody's doing that. And well, hell, we can't find an announcer and we can't find and then there's no more tractor pulling. I mean, it just, you got to keep it going.
Just keep preaching.
Well, I mean, it is. It's.
I have lived all of everything you've said over the last 3 minutes.
Well, it is. I mean, it's part of it. If you want to keep going, you got to work at it. It's like anything else,
It is. And you're absolutely right. If you can have that guy who can be congenial and rove with a microphone and make that connection with people, and then still have that, voice in the sky, so to speak, that's what makes it work. And I've done it, and I was one half of that, and have not found a replacement to make the other side of it work.
Yeah. You gotta be able to think on your feet, and there's a lot of impromptu to it, and I don't know. And I'm definitely not the best at it, but apparently there's nobody else around here that wants to do it. Yep. Honestly, I think is really the deal. I think there's probably people that would be really good and better than me, but it's getting anybody to do anything anymore is
Roberts. I want to announce with Chris Weigel before I die.
There we go. That's exactly what I was thinking. Weigel, you're listening. I know you're listening.
Yeah. No, he watches every Monday night. I know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that'll be good.
I found a couple guys got close.
Since I've heard him pick up a mic.
It has. But that's the first time I ever knew of Schultz was Weigel's deal. So I never even heard of him, and one of the guys helping put it on was like, "Yeah, we're getting Jason Schultz down here to announce." I'm like, "Who's that?"
Weigel was one of the first. I think that was my first Missouri.
Mountain City. Was it?
Mountain City. Yeah. Yep. Because I did a lot of Iowa, Wisconsin stuff. And
so I remember. I'm sure it's still floating around out there. You're going to have to bring that out for one of these times. Not tonight, obviously, but sometime. Bring out the YouTube video. I think it's on YouTube of the car.
Yeah, my IROC.
Your IROC.
Oh, that was something.
They showed me that, and I about lost it. I'm like, oh my. Yeah, this poor guy.
Brent, you and I are way more similar, like just buying things and showing up at home.
Yeah.
And asking for forgiveness later. Yeah. So,
It takes two to make that whole deal work. I've gotten close with a couple guys. Got Chris Clark and Darren Hartwell. We've made it work, and I love working with those two guys. And it's a thing. That tag team, that conversationality, it's a thing. It's awesome.
You get the right two or get in the groove, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It does. It does make it fun. I agree with you on that.
It goes from a job to a hobby, I guess, or whatever. But I mean, I don't mind doing it, and I don't know. Whatever. I guess I'm kind of a pleaser, and if it makes people happy, I'll do it. Whatever. So, but it is kind of a son of a gun trying to pull and do that at the same time.
Yeah,
that's always a struggle.
Well, it's a stress too. Like but it makes you good at it because and understand the stress and the anxiety of having to pull that helmet on, and what are you thinking about? What are you reading on the track? And if you could talk, you can relate that story back to the crowd. So that's actually kind of an asset in a way. It doesn't work on the same night because you have to do both roles. That kind of sucks, but in the long run, it does make you better, and that's why I try to drive as much as I can. It really does help.
It's not the normal the chain's tight, we're gonna get ready to go. Like you can talk what they're going through, what's going on, and what they're gonna do. I don't know how many tractors can you listen to that they go down there, trucks go down the track of the chain's tight, here we get ready to go, and it's like, I want more. Give me more. As a spectator, I want to know what's going on. What's what are our country leaving? All that type of stuff. I want to know that stuff. So that's
and you can't have dead air. I mean, you can't have a lot of dead air. I mean, because then it's just boring. It's just you gotta fill the time, and so I mean that's But
exactly.
Who's this yahoo?
Right. Always fun to listen to you Burlington.
351.37 to win it.
Burlington was always fun to listen to you.
Hey. Yeah, that Burlington's a fun one to do. I've done that one for quite a few years, and it's always been fun. So
I just wish they would fix the speaker so it's not right in my ear, because I have to wear earplugs the entire time. It's so loud. It's gosh dang.
I have a microphone, and you will listen to everything I have to say.
Yes,
I will say it at top volume.
I think they had 10 speakers up, and where you want to shoot, they were right there, so you had to wear earplugs, and you still couldn't hear yourself think.
Sign me up. It sounds like my kind of place.
And that was that.
I don't know, from where you started this year to where you ended up, I'd say you did pretty all right without the go fast parts that your boy's talking about.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I told him, I said, man, if I can get in the top 10, in that class out of say 20, when there's 20 of us there or something, shoot, I'm tickled. And I did that. A lot more than I figured I would. So, and honestly, due to those guys I got helping me, Greg and Austin, they do not give up. They do not give up. And the hours are just, we're going to, every time I got the tractor back, if I took it to have something done or whatever they helped me with or whatever, it was better.
I was just getting ready to say that I've heard you say before, you took it there and if they found one other thing wrong or whatever, it was fixed by the time
it was.
Back, so
it wasn't on the list. I didn't call and say, well, this is broke or that's broke. I was like, well, we got to do this before next weekend. And then 3 other little things to be fixed, whether it's a little oil leak or whatever it is. That's just the type of the guys they are. They just go above and beyond. And if it wasn't for those guys there, truthfully, I wouldn't be tractor pulling. I would still be in a pickup. But they got me on a tractor and got me started, and they've done a lot for us. And so
are they coming up?
Oh yeah, they'll be there.
I figured.
Yep. With everything they got.
With all 37 tractors that they own.
Yep. Nope, they'll be there. So
you're gonna have the Potter class?
Yep. All the white hoods will be there. So no, it'll be a good time. But nope, they'll be there. But they actually work on the problem is they work on more now than they did when we started this summer. And now they're working on some pro stock tractors, actually.
Sure.
So yeah. They picked up a few of them. I don't know if that was by choice or not, but they've been working on them. So they're doing well. So
Mason Brink will win the light limited pro stock points by a half a point. Congratulations, Mike Mason Brink, on your points championship. We'll get this here. We'll get it.
This here was bad.
I don't
know what happened actually. I haven't got to talk to anybody, but whatever happened, it wasn't happening.
Here we go. Diesel Superstock. Tabitha Demers out of Storm Lake, Iowa, smoking hot deer.
Well, Brent, we've taken up enough of your time for the night. Megan's probably like yelling at you.
Yeah, it's your birthday, Brent. We took away your birthday cake.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know that the evening is going to end any different than it would have, so it'll be all right.
Where's Doug's run? Was Doug first?
So
Doug Meisinger?
Yeah.
No, he was. I thought it was almost dark when he pulled, or was it not? No, it wasn't quite.
Not quite.
Where was his run?
He
was after. I'm pretty sure he was after her.
Yeah,
I think. I thought he was last. He might have been last even. I can't remember.
Huh.
Oh, that's a pro.
I was gonna say that's pro.
1-3.
That's Kyle Karstens there.
He must have been before her then.
Maybe it was before her. I thought it was after her, but I can't remember nothing. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
That's Beckman. I can tell by the front duck sucker on that thing.
Yeah.
It was still pretty light when they went, type of thing. So he must have been before there.
Huh, that's weird.
Oh, live stream quit. I was gonna say I had challenges with the live stream there, so.
Yeah. Okay. I say because for that to find him on there, that's fine. So, well, let's wrap it up, guys.
Yep. Yeah. Well, guys, thanks very much for everything. Yeah. We appreciate it. We appreciate what you do. Buddy. So,
good luck this weekend, bud.
I'll need all the help I can get. I just hope it. I hope it's not dumb to go to Wheatland before my pull, but I'm
Wheatland's
probably
awesome. Anyway. Wheatland's awesome, and you're promoting and you're working it. So
can't be scared.
Yep, can't be scared.
So we're gonna go, and it'll be a good time. And we'll drive back Friday night, and we'll be home. Well, probably Saturday morning sometime, and get a little bit of sleep. We'll hit her hard Saturday. So
yeah, we'll put a diesel super shootout together next year for your pull in Bedford.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool because that crowd, I really think 85% of that crowd don't even know what a diesel super is. So they would, it would be cool. So
you better announce that then. Just saying, you better walk everybody through it.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Ron will probably be there again next year. He does a great job.
Yes, he does.
I love to have him, and he does a good and he's everything we talked about. Most of these people that are going to be here, he's watched them all year and announced them all year, and he knows what they've done and who they are, and so that's why he's good, and that's why I have him. And one of these days, maybe next year we'll get Schultz down here.
I love you, Roberts.
Or maybe we'll get Schultz, Wagle, and Ron. We'll just give them all three a mic and see who can talk the most. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
Have a good night.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, Brent.
See you soon, buddy.
Okay, everybody's getting 10 seconds, so we're going to bed. Charles?
I'm done. It's almost midnight here.
I was just going to say Eastern Standard Time. Cody?
Yeah. No, that's pretty much, that was a good interview. So be a fun weekend.
Ryan?
Rooster is everything that's right with pulling.
I love you guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. We still got a lot of people watching. You guys are great. Thank you so much. We're here every Monday night for your viewing pleasure. Let's grow pulling, baby. Have a good night, guys.
See ya.
Welcome to Beer Money Pulling Team. Sit down, shut up, and hang on.